could be my settings. Oh, I hope I hit the right button here. I edited the wrong thing. Oh, well. It's fine. Everyone's used to me being bad at streaming anyway. No one's surprised by this. Surprised. There we go. Let's get the ads off. Hey Noah, how are you, bud? Working on a couple things here. Slight technical difficulty with one thing. I feel like it's probably my Discord sound. I'm like, I got lots of time, and then I lost track of time, and I was dilly-dallying. Oh yeah, that's the problem right here. I bet I can hear Rusty now.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yes, I can. I knew it. It was my...
Hey, awesome.
Chat. How is my audio? How is Rusty's audio? If I'm echoey, let me know. I can move my mic and adjust some things.
What's up, chat?
You're good? Hey, SB8, how are you? Gungi, how are you, legend? Wilpus is here. You're doing the Rio Victory Tour, Noah? Nice. Fort Wayne, Indiana, 70 here? That sounds like a beautiful day, Zesto. Yeah, Hitman, long
Nice.
time no talk. Rusty's audio is good? Perfect. What's up, LC2?
Thanks, Zesto.
Right on. So today, aside from having the beautiful and the one and the only Rusty, we are going to take a look at Xandal's roster and deep dive it. You might get the true love story of how Xandal and I met, yeah. Man, you know what, Vic? I was hoping I'd have the last victory tour would, or not victory tour, but the last anniversary tour would be like announced on the stream so we could do it. But Furpo wasn't like, expect the tour in the middle or anything like that. So as far as I know, it's not happening today either, unless it's later tonight. Boo! Boo! There is always next time, Zester. Sorry, Rusty, what was that, bud?
I was gonna say I could try to DM him and bug him. Tell him, press launch.
Yeah,
Fire the anniversary number 7. That always works, right?
Right. Yes. Furpo has the command keys for everything, so if it goes wrong, we just blame him. That's how it works.
And he listens to us regularly for direction, doesn't he?
Yes. So, little known factoid, we are his boss. Just saying.
I'm only laughing because it's so untrue.
Yeah. I think it's so ridiculous I don't even need to put a qualifier about it. But, just in case, everything just said is not accurate.
Subject to change.
Speaking of subject to change, a little bit of misunderstanding on the blog. Just want to cover with the where it said like daily tour for like the KO tour and the Rio tour. That was supposed to mean they were up all week, not that they were daily. It looks like there is a daily tour when you go to the events, but it is not those two that's rotating. So it's this 24-hour one, the bonus award one. So just to clarify, and blog will update, there is some misunderstanding there. So if you're expecting the these two to reset daily, they won't be. But I believe this one says like 24 hours. So I'm assuming that one does, but I don't know. You know, don't quote me on it. It just looks that way to me. Make sense, guys? And that's going to be updated so it's got full clarification for everybody. I mean, Bomber, if you want to get on the list, I would be happy to go over your roster with you. I am not...
How deep is the list?
It's sort of deep, but also not deep at the same time, if that makes sense. Because I kind of want to limit how deep because I don't want to like super keep track, like with like
Right.
a spreadsheet or a paper. So like once I get like 3 or 4 out, I'm kind of like, we'll wait,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm lazy. I mean,
Well, yeah. Well, you know.
no comment, Bomber. No comment. How long is the contest to Max Showdown? You mean the one that's going on right now? It's a 2-day one, and there's more CSS tomorrow. So the CSS that you might have noticed on the blog that aren't in there today will be up tomorrow. So like the new Roman, new Bianca, new Bray, new Shinsuke, and then Ken Shamrock, Master of the Ankle Lock, should be tomorrow in CSS. So no fear if you're not close. You have some more CSS tomorrow to get some more bonus milestones and stuff like that. Yeah. How is the Rusty? We have different size rosters. We're in different factions and stuff. How's the event going for you so far? Where are you at on like the 2 prize wall currencies? I haven't done any pulls yet. I can show you guys where it says 0 on that. So no bonus there yet. But where are you guys on this? I'm getting close to enough for a plate.
Oh wow. So I just started my first showdown. So I don't have anything really going yet. But the other, like the tours, I want to say I'll check right after this match ends. I'm actually grinding while we talk. And I was trying to pull up something to post in the chat too. The forum giveaway. Does everybody know about the forum giveaway?
Yes.
It is really cool.
I was supposed to talk about that.
I'm gonna pin it.
Thanks, Rusty.
Oh, hijacked.
No, I would have forgot, dude.
Well, everyone always asks you for giveaways, right? So when they join your stream, they're like, "Okay, when is the giveaway? When is the giveaway?" Like almost like incessantly. So I figured at the top of the show I could dispel any whatever it is expectation about when the giveaway is. It ends March 1st, so that's when the giveaway is. But we want you to win it, right? Because there's going to be 5 winners. If you click that link I pinned in the top, they're going to be 300 Bray Wyatt Muscle Man shards for first place, Bianca Glamorous second place, Roman Reigns Rockin' Reigns third place, King of Pop Style fourth place, and Heavy Metal Rhea fifth place, all at 5-star bronze. So there is your official Mherex giveaway for today.
When you say winner, you mean winner, not wiener, right? So if I enter and go here, I'm a winner potentially, not a wiener potentially?
We unfortunately, I nor you qualify for the 300 Bray shards. I would love to win them, because I'm like 340 short, I think, or no, I'm actually like two something. So I would get Bray, but this isn't just a random giveaway. You actually have to give creativity, and basically help design a retro rewind superstar. And I guess the idea that they like will be the winner.
Nice.
Or the ideas that they like, the 5 best ideas will be the winners.
So you're telling me I can't just go here and say Mherex is awesome and win?
I wish it worked that way, because I would do that and I would get those 300 Bray shards and add them to my roster. But I think it's going to take a little bit more than that. You have to design in the same style of kind of this 80s 90s throwback. You have to choose a superstar that you want to make over. You have to give him a signature look, and I think you even have to put like what kind of finisher or what kind of move you want to see them perform in game. So a lot of creativity can go into that.
Well, you were mentioning that. I actually pulled it up. This is one of my favorites. I'll give you. This is a good example because I like it. Because who doesn't like our truth? Also, I can't see chat just a second, guys. But that's fine. R-Truth national legend, right? Like, he's a treasure. Which modern superstar would you choose to receive a radically retro makeover? So, DC1 here says, R-Truth. What would their nickname be? Hammer Time. I love it. What class would they be?
Oh yeah.
Powerhouse. Yeah. What cosmetic feature would they have that fit the theme? Gold parachute pants. All in. What would their finisher be? One of his moves is the lie detector, which is a corkscrew flying elbow. You could call it too legit to quit. And another move he does is the little Jimmy, which is a suplex into a cutter. You could call that one, you can't touch this. So
That's
yeah,
so perfect.
yeah, so there's a ton of really cool ideas in here. Honestly, Professor was reading all of them on his stream the other night. It's worth like going and kind of scrolling through. There's a lot of cool stuff. Some people really got into it. They posted links to like videos and stuff of who they look like. Oh, speaking of Zandel, he also had an R-Truth, an R-Truth one. Trickster R-Truth. Millie Van Lil Jimmy would be their nickname. So yeah, super cool. But go win that giveaway, because I can. Okay. I missed some chat. I don't think I missed too much. You'll take the Nakamura? Yeah, right. Bray Wyatt Muscle Man. Indeed. Hold on.
What?
There we go. Hey, One Wing, how are you, bud? Also, I need to do this. And no, before anyone asks, it is not a beer. It is a cherry slush Alani energy drink. It's very good.
I was about to say, it sounded like you just cracked a Prime Energy on stream.
Not a Prime Energy this time either. Logan has yet to sponsor me. I'm a little bit salty.
Same. His people haven't gotten back to me yet.
Rude. Hey, Big Love, how are you? Any Ronda isn't working for Showdown? I had no trouble with it. Are you in World League, Warm? Although I did use the tech, so I don't know. Is it any Ronda, or is it specifically the tech? I don't know. It's opposite day, so it's beer. McDuck here. I have Twitch muted, so blink twice to say hello. Yeah, go away, McDuck. Not every customer is a good customer. Get out of here. I don't like that McDuck guy. I'm the one higher.
Do they say McDuck here because you always say Mherex here on your videos?
I don't know if that's why he says McDuck here. Also, if you know, like, Bear. Bear likes to say Bear here a bunch, and McDuck is kind of friends with Bear, too.
Right.
So
it's like I read that in your Discord server, and like I wonder, like, is this their thing, or are they copying Mherex's thing, or is it like all of our thing, and I just don't know to do it enough.
I think it might be everyone's thing, but if it's anyone's thing, I feel like it might be Bear's thing first. But I don't know. Only tech is working, even though it says any Ronda? Okay. I covered that right at the start, Big Love. Nope, that'll be changed on the blog, too. That was misunderstanding. There is a daily tour, but it is not those two. Bear is the OG bomber. Okay. Hey, everyone. One Wing here. Good shout. Yeah, so don't have to worry about that resetting. And then, since there's some new people since the last time I said it as well, the other CSS will drop tomorrow. Bomber, One Wing, I mean, they're kind of the same person. They're both annoying. Add McMenemy in there. They're all annoying. Hey, Painbringer, what's up? McRibs are back again? What? Nuh-uh. Rusty, I don't know.
Do you think I can share with the community Garrison's McRib order?
I think that would be fine. I don't think G would
Is that so I have learned recently how to order a McRib properly. So yeah, Garrison says you do it with, you tell them to add extra bacon and triple pickle. And if you really want to treat, you can do a double patty. McRib. So a double patty, triple pickle, extra bacon is the content creator special from the OG Garrison. Can anybody get that? Has anybody ever had that kind of McRib? I'd like to know.
I have not. Probably no surprise to anyone. Wow. My McRib is no onions, no pickles. So just the meat and the sauce and the bread.
Plain. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Basic. I like it.
Forgive me, Bomber. I'm so sorry.
No sauce.
No, I do like the sauce on the McRib, actually. Yeah.
That's what Bomber said. No sauce.
Yeah.
How do you get a dry? I don't know if they can sell a dry McRib.
They're making fun of me. Because, like, I make dry sandwiches, like no butter, no mayo, just meat, cheese, and bread.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you dip it?
No. No.
You can dip it, you know? Dip it in your sweet tea.
No, I don't dip it. It's just dry. It's delicious. No, you mayo. I don't like mayo.
The dunker.
Yep. I saw Xandel was here. He said his wife also likes salami. I'm not sure what connection you're trying to make here, Xandel, but they are delicious. I like the cherry slush. I blame Kitsu, because Kitsu said to try them. And they're good. Hey, Platinum Patrick.
Is that a sugar-free energy?
Yes. I only typically do sugar-free. So
nice. Same.
Yeah, it's not because I'm like, you know, I'm obviously not this dude that's like, my body's a temple, I'm working out, and I'll live to be 100 because I'm in such good shape, and I only eat the finest, you know what I mean? It's not because of that. It's just because, you know, sugar and diabetes don't mix, so I don't have a choice.
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt. I would fall asleep during the stream if I was drinking a sugary drink.
Mm-hmm. That's actually what happens to me. When my blood sugar goes high, I just sleep. I get super tired and I can't stay awake. I should probably somewhat get started. Oh, yes, also fan voting. And we should probably talk about this. Because I have a bone.
Oh, man.
I have a bone to pick with apparently half of you in this chat, at least. Alright? Have you guys done the fan voting yet? I'm just curious. Does anyone know about the fan voting on the portal? Do you want some free web coins? Do you know what this is about? We have to talk, chat. We really have to talk. Yeah, voting. So, everyone knows I don't like subs for Feud, right? I do want to preface all of this before I start sub bashing. That I will say, I love subs for tours. Absolutely love subs for tours. It's great for autoplay on tours. You don't have to worry about it. I also love subs if you're punching above your weight, right? Like, they're great for these things, no question. But other than that, I despise them with passion. So let's just pull this up here. There's an open survey, fan voting. You get web coins for doing this. Oh, yeah, you guys can see how much web coins and rubies I have and all that stuff, but I don't think that really matters. Nothing's a crazy amount, to be honest. I quit actually worrying about this energy forever ago. I don't think it's moved. What is your favorite method of damage dealing? Move, gem, or submission? So technically, my answer is move because it's the fastest. I don't need to watch really anything other than the animation. So I'm going to vote move, even though gem is actually the one I like more in the current meta, obviously. But what the heck? Half of you, 48%. So who in this chat?
Look at that.
Who in this chat do I need to throw hands with? Actually,
it doesn't say how many total people have voted, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Also, I'm a Cody crybaby, just saying.
It's 400 web coins if you haven't voted yet in the fan vote, and apparently Mherex he's trying to persuade your vote not to be sub, and which is probably, it's starting to get scary when superstars are coming out that you can't sub, like this new Bray. Um, that's a little scary to see what might happen.
I wonder why they're doing the vote. Yeah, Bob. I wonder why they're doing the vote. I'll minion style slap fight you anytime, Mherex. I vote. You voted for Dodge. Okay.
The best damage is no damage.
I'm guilty of sub vote. No, so I don't even know why they're doing the vote, right? So I don't even know if it's a big deal or not. Hopefully the winning one is what gets nerfed, kid said.
Maybe the devs are asking. Maybe. And there seems to be a lot of conspiracy going around when the 6-star gold meta actually will be. And I feel like this vote is going to increase that tinfoil hat thinking, right? That it's got to be right around the corner. Now they're asking us what we want for the next meta. So I don't know. Oh, somebody actually wrote that in chat for the 6-star gold meta. Sorry, I wasn't calling you guys out or throwing shade. I just think that's what I've read in my faction chat. So
yeah. My experience with the game is it all rotates, right? Like typically you get we'll call it a tier, right? Like let's say 6-star bronze comes out, move damage like really, really strong, right? Or whatever, or gem damage, whatever it is. Then it goes to the next one, it shifts to something else. Although they've done a good job recently bringing move damage back, kind of with the buffs and stuff. But we haven't had subs for a while, where like for a long while it was just those one-turn subs in feud. So honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the next tier is subs, right? The main thing I'm on record, and even though I'll use Taker, who's a one-click win because he's in the game, I don't like one-click wins. You know what I mean? Like, if it's there and that's what you have to do to be on the same level of efficiency, I'm gonna do it. There's no question, because I'm not gonna take longer to do the same thing. But that being said, I'm not a fan of one-click wins overall. So yeah, I mean, like, also, like, basically when a new tier drops, almost always the new ones are significantly better than the old ones. Almost always. Very rarely does a character survive to be like a powerhouse from one tier to the next. There are some exceptions, but like, for the most part, the newer stuff is always better than the older stuff, right? Like, feud-wise, what's the oldest poster we're on the Champs channel, so what's the oldest poster anyone uses feud regularly? Like, I can show my roster. The oldest one I think I'm using actively is Braun or Sammy. Clubber for you, Rocker for you. How about you, Rusty?
Gosh, I mean, it was a really deep line bonus recently, but it was like Acro DX Sean. But he felt like a dinosaur. Like he just couldn't keep up, even with the bonuses. That's the oldest one that I can remember the game kind of telling me to use or tempting me to use. I think I quickly remembered why I don't use him, even with the no MP charge. I mean, it's just so quick, and yet he was hitting like a feather,
Hall of Fame Giant. Yeah, so if you drip plate Andre, I think he's probably the oldest best one. that I can think of, Mayo, because he hits really hard with the drip and stuff for sure. Yeah, your KO is turn 2 no matter what. Yeah, KO is really kind of. I feel I hate saying this, but it feels hard to think that unless they actively nerf him, like I don't I, like can KO ever be stopped? Really? I don't know. Like, I don't know if he can. Like, as long as you're fine with his gameplay. You occasionally use Hall of Fame Macho. Yeah, I occasionally use him too, Bob. Too, Bob. That's one of the older ones. But Andre with the drip. Yeah. You no longer use him, Greeny Weenie. Dakota Shotzi also a bit older. Yeah, Dexter can slap too, although he's a little bit newer than Dakota. For sure. I don't know how old. Rocker for sure.
I guess Ridge with the Titan.
Yeah, Ridge can still get it done. Shamo can still get it done. Oh no, Santa Hogan's good if you have him high enough for sure. I know that for a fact. Getting wins with the Viking Raiders is not fun. Absolutely. Yeah, KO. The Sheriff's badge helps KO for sure. Also, the new training abilities on Steamboat don't hurt either, right? For sure. But yeah, the point though, I think overall, that we're getting at is it's very few, right? Like very few. So typically, I mean, most of them we're talking about is the older ones we use within the last 6 months, 8 months, and then on top of that, typically when people like at least in recent memory, the last I don't know 2, 3, 4 tier changes. Z Bianca, sure, she's older one that people still use. I don't use her personally, but yes, Bob, yes, for sure. Especially with the Veer plate, she's still pretty quick. You want to do that, right? It's always June or July. Like the last 3, 4 times, it's always June or July. So if we get it, almost for sure, it's going to be June or July. You know what I mean? Like that just common sense would say June or July for gold. Like that would. So if you said Mherex, when are we getting gold? That would be my guess, June or July, because it's been a year in June or July.
What about Showboat Bailey? She was like the first chase that I pulled out of a loot, but she was like early 2023, maybe even January 2023.
She's still usable, yeah, for sure, especially with the Nakamura being fixed. She's not like necessarily super fast, but she's gonna win. And Lady Showboat is not very deep at all.
Right. I brought her up for the trainer ability, but I'm gonna try her feud. I mean, we'll see what I can do with her.
No, she's certainly certainly usable, like for sure. You think Mello as a coach will definitely be relevant forever as a fighter? He's pretty dang good, Big Love, but depends what they do with HP. To be honest, if they keep like doubling HP, so that's the easy thing, right? If they just like double HP again, everyone we currently have almost is irrelevant, and then they have to start tuning all over again with like gem damage buffs, bigger multiply gems, which Bob alluded to earlier, like bigger size bleeds, bigger move damages base, bigger move damage percentage buffs. Like, so it all depends on the HP, right? Like, because they can double the HP and not scale the gem damage as much, and they can double HP and not scale the move damage as much, and all of a sudden your guy just doesn't hit hard enough. So, yeah. But I'd say KO is probably one of the safest, for sure. But I don't consider him, and I know not everyone agrees with me, and that's fine. I don't consider him like a top-tier powerhouse at all. He's great at what he does. I just don't find needing him for what he does almost ever, for me. And, yeah. So that's where I'm at on that. Real quick before we get to Xandel, I think, start with Xandel stuff, assuming he's still here. How
You better not left.
It's been a little bit, not a super long time, maybe one talent up or two since we talked about your roster, Rusty. How's that been going for you?
Well, yeah, I made some big moves even today in the talent up. I so Bailey was one that we had talked about for both the trainer and the female showboat. Um, I actually ended up getting a 6-star fuse for Wes Lee from
Ooh.
that prize wall. I want to say it was like the Valentine's prize wall. So we had talked a ton about Wes Lee. I brought him 6-star today with a fuse. I claimed Rhea, right? So I've been working up
Mm-hmm.
Rhea,
Mm-hmm.
and so KO, I'm kind of frustrated with KO. Like I want to have him 6-star like now, and I have we've maxed for so long now, and yet so if the free MLC character can't be brought to 6-star, and yet you max 2 weeks early, that's because I would have loved to use him like this weekend for feud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Same.
yeah, I've just been punching away at the list we made on our stream together and working it up. And I think it's going well. This weekend's Flash Feud will be the first real test that I'll be able to kind of see it on display.
I'm with you on KO. I've actually heard a lot of people say that about KO. HD is actually lucky enough to have him 6-star, and he's like, man, this guy hits. I'm like, I'm telling you, dude. Like I think he's the real deal, to be honest. You know. Uh,
So he pulled him, I guess, or he got a fuse, or how was he able to get
I
him?
would guess he pulled him at 4-star gold or 5-star bronze because like I am still like 5K away in change, so I'd guess he probably pulled him at 4-star gold or 5-star bronze.
Okay, that makes sense.
I like that kid. Kid said they should have bonus milestones for MLC that could lead to a 6-star for the freebie. That would be super cool.
Oh, yes, I love that.
That's a good suggestion. We should send that up the chain actually.
And especially the last 2 months, we found ourselves the 2 month MLC and KO both having extra time. And I know I would doubt they just want people having idle, not playing the game, right? So
Yeah.
um that'd be great to keep us busy with
I,
those superstars.
I would bet that that wouldn't really affect their overall plan for the MLC either. To just add stretch milestones that were simply, yeah, but Sasako, yes and no. So Rusty is definitely not a whale. I don't think I personally don't think I'm a whale, but I'm definitely a dolphin, right? I mean, like I picked my spots. I spent for Bray. That kind of spending, I think, if I did it every week, I'd be a whale. But I do think it also helps. There are plenty of people that don't spend a lot that max the MLC and then go a little bit deeper, right? So, and like most of the whales, if you like actual whales, they don't like using the free ones anyway. There are a few exceptions, but a lot of them typically don't like using the free card anyway. It's not gonna like help really the whales, in my opinion. I think it makes it better for the low spender to the mid range spender, to be honest. But I don't know. That's my take on it. I don't know. I could be wrong for sure. Where is he a showboat in my opinion? I'd use him. I've said this before. Camp King. I will feud with him before I'll feud with Regal. He's faster and hits hard enough. Regal can certainly hit harder, but to me, in feud, he's better than Regal. That's my opinion on Showboat KO. So Taker's ahead of him. Seth's ahead of him speed wise. After that, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know that anyone
I'll say
else
this
is
about,
really faster. Go ahead.
I was just going to say about my roster. So I've played the game basically since year one. This month I broke 5 million talent. In case that kind of helps, you guys understand where I'm at. I was free to play for years and played competitive Magic the Gathering. That's where all my hobby money went. I've since gotten out of Magic, kind of liquidated my assets there. And so I have been spending a little bit, on the game now, and I'm starting to get some maybe, one or two of the weekend superstars a month through grinding or maybe some pulls. So just by comparison, in case anybody's wondering, like, well, you know, these guys are asking for stretch milestones. You know, where are they really at in the game? I don't feel like I'm a whale or even maybe necessarily bumping up against like the dolphin, what you called it, Mherex, but somewhere in that a range just below it.
A minnow? Maybe a minnow?
Yeah, that's probably a guppy.
Yeah, minnow or guppy. Yeah, yeah. I'm so like Sako. Like the faction makes a huge difference, and Rusty actually can talk to this better as more recently. Recently, he switched factions. If your faction doesn't max like everything, and that's typically like a top 30-ish, I'd probably say. Guys, would you agree? Top 25, top 30 is probably maxing most things. Is that accurate, chat? Um, if you're not in something like that, you leave a lot on the table as far as what you can get. And it's kind of unfortunate it's that way, but at the same time, there has to be an incentive for a faction. But it's really hard if you put a lot of effort and time into a faction and have friends and stuff to make that
Right.
choice. I think you guys just did a
It's
video
true.
on that, right?
We did. And what it feels like, yeah, is you can do one of two things, right? You can be in, like what you said, that range of top 20, top 30, and you can get a lot for free through playing the game collaboratively, right? Or if you're maybe top 100 or just out of it, like you're gonna have to spend if you want the same level of reward. Probably, you know, you're gonna have to spend quite a bit more actually, than you would if you were up in a more competitive and more consistent faction.
Yeah, like a lot of times, like so it can be like there's people that spend like hundreds of dollars to get the chase. And they wouldn't have to in like a top 20 faction. It would most likely be free. Or close to free, you know? Which is it's actually really weird. It's hard to explain as long as you're used to doing your fair share. But if you're in a faction and you're like carrying, like you're doing 2-3%, maybe even 4% sometimes, and you're still not maxing, you actually a lot of people think a higher faction's going to be like really hard. You're not going to spend like them. You're not going to do all the stuff that's required. That was quotation marks. And oh, thanks, Clay. Somehow a Mherex video randomly came onto my YouTube feed, and I've never played the game. Watched the first live stream last week and started playing. Loving it so far. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, dude. That's
Very cool.
that's kind of crazy. We don't get a lot of new blood in this game, so. Yeah, HD. The rate it's going. No faction is maxing the Showdown event. Right. Yeah, yeah. I got sidetracked because I got asked a question, so I have no idea what I was saying before that. Or not asked a question, but responded to Clay. That's cool. I think that's super cool. But yeah, it can be so much harder, depending on the faction you're in.
Yeah. 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 You'll have to play longer. You'll have to spend more, and you'll have to, yeah, you'll just have to do a ton more. If it's more casual, if it's outside of the top 50, I would say.
Yeah, spending in this game, like any gotcha game, to be honest, guys, any gotcha game, like in general, how you spend is a huge strategy portion, right? Like you can and until you know, you can like literally throw money away basically compared to the return you can get otherwise. So generally, it's good to kind of play it slow and figure it out, and then spend really smart, because
That's right.
you can make your money go a lot farther for you with how you spend, for sure. I don't ever go over like 50 a weekend ish. You just chase shards works for you. Right on, Big Love. Oh
Hey,
yeah.
let me give a plug. Clay, let me give a plug to Mherex's free-to-play account. He's got some really great videos and streams of his second account where he's started from scratch, just like you, as a brand new account. So these may be super helpful for you to follow along with his journey.
What's that divided by 100 HD? And thank you, Rusty. Noah said, who's my top 5 freebies from last year? So definitely Kaiser. And this year I can't count this year's ones, right? So definitely Kaiser, definitely Wesley, 100%. I love Wesley. Those two are up there for sure. Hey Corey, how are you?
Yeah.
Zombie Priest is super good. Yeah.
Would you put what's his name? Dexter? Would you put Dexter up there?
I would. I think actually the stuff to make Dexter like top notch is easier to get than Dakota. Mosh is definitely underrated. I think Mosh is very good. You don't need a lot for him to hit hard. So yes, I would put Mosh up there at Trickster too. Did we get a good free powerhouse, guys? I feel like the answer is no. Help me out here. Did we get a good free powerhouse?
It would have been Ridge. It would have been early in the year. It would have been Ridge.
What was Ridge this year though? I thought he was last year.
Yeah, 2023.
If Ridge was 2023, then definitely Ridge. Ridge is good. I like him.
Ridge
hey,
and Piper Nevin.
Hey, Gilio. How are you? First time here, welcome in. Because Ridge can do a lot. I'm a big Ridge fan. Okay. I'm not so good with time sometimes, so... Yeah, probably those. Yeah, Otis was...
Grayson Waller, maybe honorable mention at the very end of the year. Wasn't that Grayson Waller, 2023?
So
like late December?
He was free for a lot of them. Just like Piper, but not necessarily... So... Piper not necessarily free if you took the plate instead. And then Grayson, I think you had to be in a faction that could do boss battle.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So not like the freebie that they give away, but certainly super good. And so is like if you're in a little bit higher level where you could get Ray, Hall of Fame Ray, also super good, but he's technically this year, I guess. But yes, I really like Grayson Waller too. He's fun to play. Just one thing Scopely's done a great job of is if you look at the free cards and how they've evolved in the game, they're so good now. So good compared to what they used to be. Sometimes they're even better than the Chase. Often, actually, in my opinion. And
yeah.
And that's amazing. Like, I am a big fan of that. It depends what kind of faction you were in, Druzy. Sorry, go ahead.
I say my first free is right there on screen. Arn Anderson. He was the very first superstar that like the game rolled out. That didn't come with the default like preloaded. I remember getting Arn and being so stoked.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Like this Velveteen was free, wasn't he? He was horrible. This one? Was this free? This the free one, or was it even worse, like Ricochet? NXT, I don't even remember.
I think he was in the cycle. It was the NXT cycle of Ricochet and Velveteen. Yeah, there was like 3 of them that were really bad.
Yeah, and they
Showboat,
were like
Ricochet.
Yeah, and they were like kind of. We were trying to make them usable. I remember that. Ugh. That wasn't fun. Yeah, no, free ones are so much better now. Like, so much better in general. I need to get started on Zandel's roster, too. Okay. Let me go to the right screen. So, if you guys didn't know, Xandel and I actually in the same faction. Xandel, how long have we known each other? Long time now. Also, Xandel is a professional wrestler. Ring name Asylum. He's a monster. Like, as in monster, as in, like, he... What's the picture where you make... Is it Gallows that you make look tiny? He's standing next to, like, maybe Luke Gallows, and Gallows is looking up at him. I can't remember who the wrestler is. It's like a 6'5", 6'6" wrestler, and they're looking up at Zandel. He's huge. Really good dude though. And if you want to talk wrestling, incredible wealth of knowledge with wrestling. Shotzi's awesome, kid. Yeah, Shotzi's another great free one. Absolutely. Let me get Zandel's. We'll start as usual with hey BW, what's up? This one. Nope, wrong button.
If you're looking for Zandal's video, Big Love, I saw a YouTube link of him wrestling Hurricane. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so technically, Xandel beat the Hurricane. Hurricane beat The Rock. Rock beat John Cena. Cena beat Hogan, or something like that. Hogan beat Flair. Basically, Xandel's the best wrestler ever because he's beat everybody because he beat Hurricane.
There it is.
It was Gallows? Ha! I remembered. Yeah, Tech Lex is solid. I like Lex. Yeah, Zandel's wrestled a bunch of guys. He's wrestled Gangrel, I know, too. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Do you guys want me to put... maybe I should put chat up on the screen so I can see it for me. Hold on. Because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to see. Let me pop out chat so I can see it.
Yeah, I feel like you're big in the chat. Like it drives you.
Me? Yeah, absolutely. I don't really know what to do if I don't have chat to interact with. When I try to stream like other stuff, it's really weird for me if there's not a bunch of people talking in the chat.
Zandal, do you ever come to Charleston with Gangrel is with some federation that comes to Charleston, South Carolina all the time. Wonder if you've ever done any of those shows.
That's awesome, Ice. Can you see it, kid, there? Although Zandel's stuff is going to cover it up, but... That's his home federation. There you go. Good call, man.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I think they're coming back to Charleston in March or April. If you're with them, I'll come check you out, man. That'd be incredible.
Thanks, Sako. I try. If I miss it, I promise you guys, if I miss your comment, it's not on purpose. Because I know, like, when I watch streamers, if I ask a question, like, once, you know, and it's, like, a lot of chat, I'm like, okay, no way they could have seen that. But if I, like, ask a question and it sits on the screen forever and they just ignore it, then I'm like, it's probably not the right stream for me, right? Palworld is free. It's not on... No, not free. It's free on Xbox Live if you have Game Pass, so technically not free. Yeah, Chunks, I don't ignore you on purpose. So, sort of free, but not free. $35 on Steam. Random Palworld question. So here's Zandel's plates. We're going to start there. And let me get this up so you guys can see. That's the wrong button. This is the right one here. Okay. So Xandel has some really good plates to work with. I mean, there's some stupid questions, but not really that many, to be honest. So, like, Rhonda's jacket's worth noting. Heart of Jade can be pretty useful. All Heart, definitely useful. He's going to have pretty much all the MP and swipe plates, other than maybe some of the new ones. Uso Cap, Hard Times. I still don't have this plate. Definitely some people this can be good on. One Tiara. NWO plate. And what do we got here? Taker Sigil. We got Z plate to work with. Corporate Crown. Oh, Braid Blade. That's nice. Chic plate. Also very good to work with. Another All Heart. Foley one, which we probably won't be a big deal for what we're doing today, but it's still a useful plate. Here's some of his equipped ones. Xandel doesn't equip a lot of plates. He does have a Piper plate. This is huge. He does have a Veer plate. It's in a great spot. Spoiler.
Very nice.
Yep. He's got the Triple H plate, which is on Cody. Also like that spot. A Titan
and the defensive green on Cody. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a strong Cody.
It is a strong Cody. Pyro plate on Nikki. Titan plate. 2 chic plates for Xandel. You're gonna get some jelly there. I have 2 as well. It's a good plate. And another Z plate there, and another Titan there. I'm assuming that's like a Titan maker, and that's why it's on this spot for Mature. If I know Xandel, that would be my guess there. Oh, guys, if you don't know, do you guys know what a Rainmaker is? The Rainmaker plate is like genderless, airless, can be equipped on anyone. It looks like Xandel went ahead and put a Titan plate on there, making a Titan maker, as we call it. People also make drip makers. If you are somebody that doesn't have or doesn't want to buy the strap-up pass, you can just put one of those on a universal strap, like the Rainmaker, and then move it from person to person. And then not have to worry about moving your plate around. Works really great for like...
It's so much cheaper.
Yeah.
So much cheaper to move a strap than a plate.
Yep. Really good for tours and stuff. Titan plate is useful on so many people, so Titan Maker is a pretty great one, especially for like boss and tours in general. Like in a perfect world, like a drip maker, a Titan maker, a chic maker, like those are probably the big ones that come to mind.
I heard of a Foley maker from Iron Sheik this weekend. Is that a thing? I had never heard that before. The Foley maker.
It can be now. It can be now. Yeah, I think one Rainmaker, and then I have one other universal strap. If you guys remember the Grand Tournament, I got a universal in that one too. But that was a long time ago. So, and then here's some other unequipped, bunch of ultimates. The blue to red, 10 maker, and the green to black, that makes 10. Those are worth remembering as well, because those can be pretty useful, the 4th of July ones there. And that was a rocky one on the other one. So those are his plates. Xandel wants to basically get more efficient at feud. He says with his roster, he gets his war score, which I can vouch. He's in my faction. I usually feud with my feud partner, but we don't, like, sometimes I feud longer, or sometimes we miss. So I feuded with Xandel a fair amount of times, and he's not slow, for sure. I can vouch. I would remember, I'm telling you flat out, I'd remember if he's slow, and I wouldn't say this if he was. So he's pretty solid speed-wise already, but he wants to get even more efficient, you know? Hey, Southside, how are you? Oh, that sucks, Noah. Hopefully it comes back. How are you, McMenemy? I was making fun of you earlier. What's up, Telvin? Also, I don't speak Portuguese, I'm sorry, and I think you said you're from Brazil, so hello, Flavie. Apologies, I speak one language, that's English, and I speak it incredibly poorly. No real excuse for only knowing one, other than, you know, your typical American there. So, Xandel, while we have you here, what would you say your best class is for feud, and your worst? We'll start with your worst. And start with dudes first. What time is it? 3:30? I'm doing good. Lots of time. Covered the stuff I was supposed to. Striker's your worst. Okay, let's start with Striker then. Striker's your worst. Also, Xandel, if I'm not mistaken, you have every promoter, yes? Any that you have affiliated as well would be good knowledge. Every feud promoter I'm pretty sure Xandel has, and I don't know about, can't remember about affiliations. Oh, what is it, McMenemy? What do you got to do after Showdown? Nodo to Max? Do I want to know? Can you guys all see the strikers we have up okay too? I think that should probably be big enough, yeah? Oh, McMenemy, I'm so sorry. Good luck, sir. So you definitely have some good strikers. Question, one thing, I notice you have Rocker. He can be a bit, like, clicky, right? I'm assuming Rocker's probably your best dude striker. Is that fair? Right now, the one you use the most, I'm guessing. No sleep the rest of the week. Yes, but not recently. Okay, who have you been using recently?
He's got a deep roster too. Like I'm looking down at the 5-star going, wow, he's got some room to grow still.
Yeah,
Like with the striker KO, striker RVD.
Yeah, Zandel has a really good, pretty deep roster. He's built a lot of good ones too. So he's got a lot of good plates, like the big ones. Striker and Show are affiliated. Okay. Do you have the moment for Rocker? Because there's an alternative way of running him that requires the moment. That would, I think, definitely speed him up. And if you have the moment and a decent strap, I know HD runs it, and he yelled at me for calling it out the other day, even though I didn't know he was running it. Yeah, right now, initially, JBL definitely jumps out, right? Especially because you got a braid and stuff. And a veer, not that you need the veer, but with the braid and any kind of strap over, you do. Okay, so while you have Rocker up, here, let's pull this down for a second. Since he's already silver, I feel like this would be faster, and you can probably hit hard enough with... I'm about to find out myself, actually. Really cheap move, Xandel. And if I'm not mistaken, I noticed you had the blue plate. The Pyro Princess plate. What's your strap? So you're 95. Oops. The 95 gives you 4 times bigger multis. Maxed out, which is really solid. Alone, plus 4 bigger multiplies. I don't think you have Sherry yet, though. So you may not be able to do this, like, yet. Especially with Bradshaw. 20% gem, okay. I think... And you don't have the ultimate with blues, right? No Sherry, have matte. So I would give it a try and see what it hits for with the setup for you. With the Pyro Princess. And then, like, blue-wise, it's 6 MP, so you're just going to use Lawler, Matt, 17k Santa, and Gunther. Zombie Gunther. Clubber is very useful. Very useful. And see what he hits for. And in the meantime, for sure, what Bob said, I mean, you guys know I'm huge on JBL. You got the braid plate. What kind of strap do you have for JBL at Attitude? Let's go back to your roster quick. I mean, honestly, it's not going to matter. With the braid, you get 100%, so... Okay, you have that set now for Rocker. Have you used it in Feud before with the moment, Max Xandel? I'm just curious. Because it still has room to grow in the sense that you can get the ultimate plate that adds blue and you can get Sherry. And I think those both make a big difference down the road too. But otherwise, yeah, JBL with the red setup. Fury 2 red percentage metal. I think it's better than the classical Rocker set. JBL is, like, faster that way with your braid. You know the build I'm talking about, right? I don't need to go in depth in that. I think that would be faster than Rocker's traditional setup. But the triple, the one we just looked at, would be faster than JBL if it hits hard enough. Because it's less placing of gems. If it hits hard enough, though. And with a 20%er, and without the ultimate, I don't know. And I haven't ran it myself yet. So I just know it looks good, and HD said it's good for him. And HD knows what he's talking about. Oh yeah, absolutely. So everything makes a difference, guys. Like, every little bit makes a difference, and that's why, like, it's impossible when and maybe you guys, hopefully you guys can notice this. when you guys ask a question of a content creator, faction mate, anybody, and you say who's better, they can't actually answer that properly without knowing your whole roster. In a vacuum, you can say XYZ is better, but on your roster, that is not necessarily even remotely true. And that's the big thing I'm hoping people can get out of this. Even when we're going over not your roster, but someone else's, just like there's a lot of factors to consider. And you should try and take as many of them into consideration as possible and learn as much about the game as possible when you're setting this up. Also, it depends what you want to do. As far as other stuff like trainers, KO for the 2 purple, 100% move damage is super useful as a trainer. So that one jumps out. Dusty's high enough for his trainer, I think. I'm sure he is, knowing you. Yeah, Bradshaw's amazing. I'm a huge Bradshaw fan. You got Roxanne. It's basically Roxanne, Sherry, or Nikki are your options for ladies. So there's nothing that's going to make a difference there. You got them leveled, so you're good. Steph, you could if you wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary. Hip Designer, I've noticed you on a bunch of streams, so I think there's a good chance we could go over yours too. The big thing is just get with me. I still am a little bit out. And basically, if you can send your roster organized like this, it makes it a lot easier. I'm going to try and do one of these every week on the Champs channel. Oh yeah, Finisher's amazing. Who doesn't like the clothesline from hell? And if you want to say something, Rusty, just jump in. I talk way too much, so. Does Andre need to be gold for his 2 red, 1 multiply? Make sure and get him high enough for that, because that's really useful in today's perk world. I think if that's high enough for Dude Love to have the extra gem, then you're good. Otherwise, it looks pretty good, Xandel. So, really, basically, my Discord server, my streams are this stream, Hip Designer. But I would have you send me your roster on Discord before we do it. You think that's good on Striker, Xandel? Any other questions? Do you guys want to add anything? Thank you, Rusty. So helpful. Such a good guy. On top of being, like, such a handsome guy and someone I have a total bromance with. Just very helpful. Hey, Oklahoma Thunder. How are you?
Acknowledge me.
Easiest way is join my Discord server. Probably. There's an invite button somewhere. I think Rusty sent it anyway. Let me go.
Yeah, I just pinned it.
Thank you. I do, and Zandel does too. Who are you thinking, Bob? He definitely does.
No one seems good until I get Bray.
No, I mean, that's fair. There's some other good ones. Zombie Sammy's really great too. Oh, Bob, are you talking about the gem defense where he's going to go into the negative? I agree with Bob, by the way, all the way on JBL. So, but yeah, you could do that kind of thing on Orton too. Triple H at 4, yeah. Yeah, Bob, yeah, that's such a good trick. He's like so good at that. Bray is ridiculous. Powerhouse is Xandel. I know you love Big Papa Pump. Your powerhouses, I'll tell you right now, are really good. I looked through this a little bit earlier. You're stacked at powerhouse. You're not missing a lot. You got the best lady powerhouse. You also got Bianca. You got Roman. You got BPP. You got Bronson Reed. Like, you have basically all the new ones. I don't know if you're even missing hardly anyone at powerhouse. You got Powerhouse Sammy. Yeah, your favorite at the moment. I feel like Powerhouse feuding, nothing's going to get you better. I looked at this earlier, what you got. You're not getting better at Powerhouse right now, I don't think. You know what I mean?
Right. Unless there's a trainer, I would say, unless there's a trainer that makes one of those Ferraris even faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was looking at Hogan, like if he had an immobile guy, or something like that,
Yeah,
or
for
like
sure.
Bianca makes Rocker Roman super good against Acros.
Yep. Exactly. Bob's agreeing with us. Which is fine. If you disagree, Bob, I'll just say Bob doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't listen. No, I'm kidding.
I love that too, Bob. I mean, the legend, right? That I
Yep.
just said my feedback reflected
Right?
somewhat
Look
what
at
he said,
you.
and I didn't. Come on,
Look at you,
hey,
Rusty. Look at
a
you.
broken clock is right twice a day, isn't he?
Something like that. Yeah, I use that one myself. Yeah, BPP triple purple, I believe, is the one. As a free to play, you need help. That's fair. Cool. I have to make you a member on my Discord server. I'll get to that at some point very soon after the stream. So yeah, Xandel, let's look at your trainers. Roman, I'm assuming you're probably going to go silver with because you like Roman. You're probably taking Bianca up already. What does Bronson Reed do again, guys? I know he's like X color, X move damage, right? Is he for Chelsea? Blue to purple, I want to say. Maybe Anvil for the trainer, but not as needed. Yeah.
Two Bob said Bobby Lashley and Big John Studd.
Does he not
Entourage.
have Lashley high enough? I think Lashley only needs 9k, doesn't he? I think the sub guys only need 9k if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Farouk's on there too. Yeah. If you ever get the Acolyte moment, I'm assuming you don't have the Acolyte moment, but Acolyte moment, Bob could vouch, because like triple red, you don't even need to swipe Zandal, because he hits hard enough. Also, he's super fast with a cascade risk a little bit, even without the Acolyte moment, but there is a cascade risk, but I don't think that's an upgrade to BPP. With the moment, I think probably an upgrade, yes, for sure, because the jugs have to go off. Yeah. Yeah, Bob is max for skill, I thought so. From the Himalayas? What's up, Broken Wings? Thank you so much. Yeah, I think so too, Noah. Yeah, so Reed would be probably good to take up for somebody, the Chelsea. If you have Chelsea, we haven't got that far. But nice training ability to have too. Hogan for sure for the immobiles and extra gems. Very useful. Yes. Rick Steiner for the 2 blue MP, 100% sub damage. Very useful. I use those a lot, actually, especially for tours. This Cody, if you're going to use Gunther, is worth taking up. Wait, he's already up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never mind. Cody's already up. Right? 1, 2, 3. No, he's 5. Yeah. If you're going to use Gunther, Cody's worth it for Gunther, but that's about it. No Chelsea? Okay, not yet. Right now that I can think of, there might be someone else.
Well, here's a random observation: is that Showdown coins are starting to really affect your Showdown overall score in the contest, and so your IOW Showdown coin promoters, you have 2 powerhouses there. It looks like they're starting to give like a point per coin, and so yeah, I've been rethinking how important those are becoming.
For sure. I have 2 max Showdown coin promoters, and when there's those have definitely made lots of differences. Big differences. Yeah, so I actually took my Vader 6-star bronze. I agree to a point. If I had a seance, for sure. The thing that bothers me about him, Bob, is that he does all of the damage and then his finisher is a baby finisher. He is great for new gen, and that's why I took him up, just like you said, right? Man, with a Seance, though, I bet he would be super good. Because he buffs his gems, but I don't have a Seance, so that's annoying. But I bet with a Seance, he'd be really, really good. A little bit clicky, possible to cascade, but definitely surprisingly good. The rework on him is solid. Tricksters, I actually don't know who your main go-to feuders are, Zandal. I'm assuming... I actually don't know. I'm not going to assume. Who are your main feuding tricksters? I feel like tricksters probably... It's interesting you said you thought your strikers were worse. Because you have some silver strikers. Dom and Z Gunther. HD. I was waiting for something along those lines. I don't think he has Beefcake, does he? If he has Beefcake, that's the for sure answer. No gears or gears, doesn't matter. Beefcake's a beefcake. I don't think he does though. Yeah, I didn't think so. I like I said, I actually glanced at his, actually more than glanced. Xandel, confession, I was looking at your roster while I was taking a shower today before stream, so, you know, your roster and me and the shower. Yeah, who are you? So, Trickster dudes is really tough in general for me. Like, they are so few for the way I like to feud. Right, his roster is so stacked anyway, Bob. Like, Trickster, I looked at Trickster and I'm like, man, they don't feud as fast. You know what I mean? Like, there's so few really fast feuding Tricksters.
Do you have the Chelsea plate? Like the Chelsea plate on Mosh can do some pretty nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with the health steal too on the traps. That's like a sneaky good feuder.
I feel
No
like
Chelsea plate.
I feel like this one we're gonna have to earn our money here on this one, because I feel like potentially this spot could help him the most to make gains when he needs to use the Trickster.
So can I throw out one question is like, do you have a better defensive poster, right? For boss battle? Because if not, maybe Gunther is like a 2-for-1 with the way he can rebound in a feud. You know, after the second, third match, now he's stealing health big time.
Yeah, so Gunther's probably the one I'm inclined to say initially when just looking at it, like, and I agree with Liv because Xandel has got some stuff. He knows how to play the game. I think he can work Liv without like this some of the special stuff like a Seance. So I think Liv would be the play to silver for your ladies, to be honest. You also, you know, he doesn't need to take Bianca because he's been running Bianca with the Veer plate, right? Silver gets him almost nothing with the Veer plate. He's not getting hit anyway. Oh, he's okay. Yeah. Yes, kid, I can see that. Like, depending on how you play, Korra Liv is very interesting. Korra doesn't get very much... I have Korra Silver, by the way. Doesn't get very much better at Silver. But she plays so easy and so fun that I don't really care. I like having the extra health. Liv definitely will get better at Silver. Like, Silver benefits Liv more than it benefits Korra. With the Veer plate, if he keeps that on Bianca, he does have all the bleed stuff. You know what I mean? We're kind of flopping around here back and forth, dudes, ladies, etc. Also, hi, B-Rock. I don't know how much... Bianca's really fast with the Veer because they don't get to get moves off. Is he though?
Right.
Is he though HD? Like without like a drip plate and being 7 charge on the bleeds? Is Theory the best though?
And is that with his gear? Like, do you have to have the gear?
You think so, HD? I don't like using Theory, so I could be off here. I know some of the people that like him use the drip bomb. That's all I know. The people that like use him actively that I know, I haven't talked to people that use him without it. But yeah. I know his bleed goes, isn't it? Like if you can get Apollo on there, but out you can't unless you have a middle line, right? Because he's 7 MP. Traps choose bleed. Let me look at theory, because I am.
Theory's also a great entourage.
He is. Rosie with paper plate.
I guess Rosie could have the Rosie plate too as well, right?
Thank you, Bob. Always forget, to be honest. We didn't have it forever, so I never remember. I'm fairly positive no NXT moment, right, Xandel? No, theory. Here, I'll show you. I used it for the tour, like these ones. Like... That's 9 million bleed. No moment, no gear. Okay. So, you said the traps, too. Which... broken by you, swap... I don't think it's that one. Oh, the recharge them. Yeah, your black MP.
Traps choose bleed.
Yep. To recharge the blacks. You can choose a row break, potentially. Yeah, I think he has Mellow as well. Xandel has a lot of good people. He does have Mellow. So Mellow is in play, in fact. You're going to need a middle line bonus, though, Xandel. Because we're still 1 MP short. I think. Wait, maybe Santa does it. 4... No. 1 MP short, unless you row break, but then the choose is out of play. So I think you definitely... You guys are talking on the middle line, right? Santa instead of Kyrie in a middle line. I'm assuming here. Trick is your worst for sure. You can say it's Striker. I feel like Trick is your worst for sure. It's got to be this way with the middle line, yeah?
But it goes to show too, right? We think our roster is one way, and then we get other eyes on it, right? And you go, no, actually, I'm seeing something different.
You could, yeah. So that's a valid point. The corporate crown or eternal positivity, so middle line though, this would in fact be great because you can do if you put these down, and you basically can hit the bleed a lot. Because you could set up a 5 match with the traps that with 2 traps. No, you need 3. 3 traps and set up a 5 match. And then if you don't cascade, you could also swipe into 3 traps, right? And then or 2 traps only, and you could actually get the bleed 3 times. Is my math right on that? You can get the bleed 3 times with this? If I'm not mistaken. 50 from Woods, then just use Kyrie. Kyrie's only 10% less now. Not a big deal unless it's from, like, Juggernauts. Actually, it's basically you're going to hardly notice the difference at this point. Because Kyrie's bleed goes to 40%. Barely notice the difference. It's like 100k. So, it obviously, this is not my play style. But, most of your Trickster options are not my playstyle, to be fair. So, and it does require a middle line, so that's worth noting. However, you're basically talking about like 20 plus million in bleed, right? Like 21 million basically in bleed when everything goes perfectly. Something like that. And you're doing a swipe in there, so you're getting ticks on it there. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I could see it. Certainly an option. I would say Trickster, you're going to have tough decisions across the board. Because let's go back and look at his dude Tricksters. And also, guys, everybody runs into this at Trickster.
Where does Zandal currently have theory?
5-star bronze, he said he just got him. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the trainer ability alone makes him a strong play. And then everything you're saying about feud sounds terrific. Probably a better case than I had for Zombie Gunther.
So, Kid says he likes Rosie and Mosh more, which is, I probably would fall into that category as well, but I have never loved Theory, so there's some truth there. Yeah, exactly. None of them are turn 1, 30 million, 110. Exactly. So this is the big thing I think that's important with roster stuff. With a situation like this, it's going to come down to probably playstyle preference, right? Yeah, unless you have Solo, possibly Umaga, or Hall of Fame Brutus. Then it's really easy choices, you know? Trickster is one of the hardest classes to have a feuder that I consider like my style of feuder, like Mherex proof, really fast, that sort of thing. There's only a couple for me. 2, actually, but excuse me. Yeah, 6-star silver is where it slows down, right? Because I love the yellow setup with Gunther. At 6-star bronze against 6-star bronze, I can win fairly quick, right? It gets harder at 6-star silver. And I can tell you, Mosh, I think I went in without a strap the other day, but I do have woods. And I want to say I hit for like 8 million on the finisher. Mosh is kind of similar to Cora, with a little bit higher charge here. I can't get a ultimate strap for Rosie. I have nothing good. Funny no one mentioned Snoop. I mean, he does have a plate, the pyro plate, but I don't know. The Piper plate, I guess, is the real name for it. Let's go back here. Trickster has a lot of really good ones and awesome trainers, but like not a lot of like super top notch.
I like that they've been doing color perks, and so like with the purple, I don't know, it was like a purple feud perk. Zombie Gunther was a strong play. It was either a perk or a line bonus, but like triple purple 6-star silver felt really good in feud with Gunther.
Yeah, so triple purple is really. He's also has Cody for that. He has all the stuff if he wants to run Gunther like triple purple. What kind of Trickster strap you have for moderns? Dom is very similar to Gunther. Is it? But he also doesn't have woods either, which is the bleed on the traps. It helps a little bit, but it's not really a big deal, to be honest, there. Actually, it's kind of a big deal, but... I'm also looking at my roster. Well, I have his up. What kind of strap do you have for modern Tricksters? This also works for Theory, too. So the nice thing with having Mellow, actually, 60 defense, 40 gem. Here. Bob and HD. Oh gosh, don't even. And Kid, all you guys. So his sub is super cheap, right? Super cheap. He's got Mellow. Just for 1 second, humor me. You don't need it. Humor me. Before you say no. Because he's got Mellow.
Yeah, the hand. He thinks Zandal might have the Zombie Gunther plate as well. Oh, no, he said no. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So mellow on here too, right? For the black and the purple. And then if you go full sub... Wait, does he have Logan? I actually need to look.
Yeah.
Logan is not a gimme at all.
Oh. Oh, this is your account. What am I thinking?
No,
So of course he has him. He's right there.
Yeah, no. I'm
No,
I'm looking
no.
at. I have to go back and forth to try and
Yeah. Zandal said no in the chat
That's okay.
to
So
Logan Paul.
purple is the best one not to have Logan with, though, on the plus side.
But he has
Uh,
Ali.
He's got Sammy too, which Sammy gives the purple, so we don't need Santa. So we can do double subbies here. Nikki, who he has, and then Papa Maivia. I'm just, because it's super cheap to load the sub, and the choose would be loaded as well. So, all right. So it's a 5 million sub. This is not
Oof.
this is not rock. By the way, this is mellow. You just can't see it. Are we doing drip builds, troll? No, we're not. Bob, I'm just trying to decide, because he has mellow, and both of these moves are so cheap. Hey Lux, how are you? I see you often enough that your name can definitely be on the list, because I see you on my stream and this stream, so yes. Yeah, he doesn't have Sherry B-Rock. I just wonder how quick this would be in comparison, because with Mellow you hit this, right? And then immediately you can reload it and have the finisher loaded too. So basically 2 subs finisher, it's probably over, is my guess, right? But I don't know how that compares speed and safety wise to the other options. Yes, Lux. Discord would be great. Yeah, I know. There's also triple purple because he has Cody and he can do the taps thing, right?
I think your sub bias might be showing.
Yeah, I hate subs.
That's so. Like, I wonder if that's what's swaying a little bit, being low on Gunther.
Me, yes, for sure, no question. But Trickster just doesn't have a lot of perfect options. Nah, he doesn't have.
I pinned to Bob's comment just to echo.
Yeah, Bob and I are on the same page. So Rosie can absolutely be good. Rosie can absolutely be good. Thrasher is like budget D-Lo, but he only needs 2 moves. But he doesn't have Brawn to have the 10 MP loaded, so I don't like that for him. Gosh dang. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Since he doesn't have the hand, the setup before. Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of with... What do you got for Rosie, crap-wise? Mine is crap. I'm kind of inclined to say this one, I don't have a good answer. Like, it's pick the one you like more. Like, Gunther, Dom, Rosie, Mosh, and Theory. I think they're all in there. Yeah, personally, of these, Corbin at 6-star bronze is probably going to win just as fast and not need to go silver. But I'm also extremely biased for Corbin because he's fun. It's this Lux. Sorry, Mherex should be there. Nope, that's not. I don't. Give me. Hold on, I'll just switch over real quick. There's a couple people have asked. Yeah, it could come down to a boss battle if you're lacking something for sure. Corbin's still one of the more fun characters to play for me. I just can't use him in feud when I'm trying to be as fast as possible, which is annoying compared to what I have. You know what I mean? If I didn't have Brutus or the other dude, Solo, that's his name. Give me 1 second, Lux. I'm gonna get my Discord link here in 1 second. Since a few people have asked.
Oh, I got you. I just pinned it.
Oh. Thanks,
Yeah,
Rusty.
keep your fingers free.
Thanks.
You got the navigator here with you.
Thanks,
Got you
Rusty.
in the riding along in the passenger seat.
I am not used to having like a tag team duo for streams.
That's right. I'm your hot tag in the corner.
Actually, if we're talking about subs, actually, should we be talking about Barrett, guys, for in this situation? Because you didn't get his gear, did you? I didn't. Did you, Xandel, by chance? Should we be talking about Barrett? Because he can technically just keep subbing forever, right?
His gear is super nice.
In this situation, should we? Did he have Barrett? I know I have my roster up a bunch because I was trying to look at stuff too. I don't know if he has Barrett, actually. I don't think he does.
Yeah,
No.
Lux, you see the Discord link, right? I pinned it. So just join and request to join if you're not in it already.
No, it's easy to get confused. I'm all over the place right now. Yeah, Xandel, I think everyone's got valid points here. Like, for sure, Theory, if you want to go that route with the 5-3, you also have any of the combo plates to help refill the stuff. Either the Eternal or the other one, you have them both. I also preference-based in a lot of cases for Liv and Korra. They both have good points, but either of them are your, I would say, your best Trickster. But at the same time, do you even need to take them if you're veer plating Bianca? And honestly, I'm pretty sure with what you have, you don't struggle in female speed-wise, right? You got Rhea, the new Rhea, you got Liv, you got Zianka, you got Shotzi. I'm pretty sure we're mainly talking about dude feuds here, yeah. So I'd say Mosh, I can see an argument for Mosh too, because he refills the stuff super easy. He hits hard, although you don't have the health. You have King Nakamura. You do have the health steal. I think I was doing 7 million without a strap. And the strap.
Mosh is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Mosh is just a fun play.
Agreed. And if you're 2 cycles anyway, he's healing. You're going to heal it back as long as you can kick out, but it's 6-star, so most of the time you probably can. Assuming you have Naka. I don't remember if you did. It's interesting. You got some like crazy newer rare ones, but then you're... Oh yeah, there's Nakamura. Perfect. Yeah, you're good. Yep. So I could also see an argument for Mosh. Rosie's kind of similar too, if you can get a strap for him, which is definitely worth knowing ahead of time. B-Rock loves his Rosie, actually, and does really well with him. So I can definitely see an argument for them. We can also talk more about this too, because I'm going to get stuck here. Big time. If you had Braun at Striker, you can start to consider Trash. Because he's 2 clicks, he's like discount Delo. Because it's not his primary blue, but he's only 2 clicks. So I can definitely see Thrasher. I call him Trash because I love Mosh and not him. But I can see him potentially being pretty useful too. Yeah, I need to do a Korra Liv updated video on both of them, and the problem is my Korra is 6-star silver, so it skews the feeling a little bit, and my Liv is 6-star bronze. But that's on my bucket list. Xandel, I feel like I've let you down on Tricksters, to be honest. I do.
I mean, it seems like, if I could just offer this, it sounds like it might be a wash between Theory and Gunther, and then it's like, do you want to play more sub based or bleed based, and then maybe make the choice, you know?
Yeah,
unless that's crazy talk.
No, you're 100% right. Like, and also, I can actually see Mosh is available too, because you can actually use the sub with Mosh too to drain them and fill his other moves, right? No gear for Theory. Yeah, he I don't know if he has an ultimate for Rosie. That's why I said if you have ultimate, he does have the Piper plate, but I don't have an ultimate strap for Rosie, so I don't know if he does. I don't know if you know how lucky you are, B-Rock, that you have an ultimate for Rosie, by the way. Because I think he does have all the stuff if he has an ultimate to run Rosie. No gear for Theory, no moment. Otherwise, I think it makes it easier. Gunther, Mosh, Rosie, Theory. Yeah, depending what he likes.
I really like Mosh and Showdown, and the Headbangers Link is really strong for Showdown.
Mm-hmm. He hits for 14 mil with Leech and Hall of Fame Taker. That's not bad at all, actually, considering he's healing. And like we said at the start, no Rosie strap. Okay. Rosie Gunther his. So with no strap, I think if you're gonna put a gun to my head, this is
Snoop.
no. Although he could actually, he could.
Twist the fate. Twist M. Night Shyamalan ending. Mherex Night Shyamalan ending. Twist. Snoop. Next.
I'd actually. So honestly, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. This is probably what I would do. Hold on.
Here we go.
This is so stupid. I'd probably run.
Boy.
You're basically setting it up with this, and you're draining them so you're unlikely to take a hit. And then once you have the sub done, it's just these two over and over, right? But the second time you're winning. So he's got all heart. Honestly, this is what I would do. If I was him, I'm gonna get off the fence and tell you what I would do but that's based on a lot of my preferences, and liking Mosh and liking free cards, right? So Steel, if you have the green sub person, cool. If not, whatever, 2 green MP, it doesn't really matter. And then this dude, whatever his face is, 2 green MPs, Paramount though, and then that frees this up for flat purple. And then use all heart. You're gonna break a bunch of trap gems with all heart. I would use all heart, I think. With the sub, you're gonna get the nice big ol' health steal, break most of those. Booyaka is pretty fun. Yeah, he's got options, definitely. You can go the Phantom Power to get back to the green if you care about the sub. But honestly, I think the second time this is it. So sub, finisher, and if they kick out, just trap finisher one more time. That's if you put a gun to my head, that's what I would do. But I like the Theory shout as well. And I also like Gunther, since you don't have a Rosie strap. It would be one of those 3. But I think I would pick Mosh because, I don't know. Because
Hey, look at the link while you have it up. Look at his look at what he can do in Showdown with the Headbanger link.
There's also that for sure. That's not. It's a
Isn't
very
it like +4 MP? If I remember.
A valid point. 100%. That's super useful when you can. And also, go a little further here. So Theory's great for a bleed boss. We can go a little bit further with this. Mosh would be great for a trap or purple boss, right? Also, doesn't he do color turns blue? He can do color turns blue, and he can buff them. Right? Hold on. This actually might have been nice this past boss. Actually, did I not talk about him either? I suck. No, we're not going to use that on a boss. Is this only hardcore? It's only hardcore, okay. But still. You got blue boss action there. Trap boss, purple boss. So that's good. Theory has bleed covered for boss. And Gunther also purple and silence. And then if there's ever health steal, obviously Gunther would be amazing. Yes, you could also use Z plate. Yeah, the Z plate as well. This won't hit hard enough to win in feud though.
Oh, Moss.
Also, actually, I can. Xandel can do one better because he has hard times, so he can do 100% blue gem damage. But sadly, this won't hit hard enough to win in feud. Unfortunately, with no kind of buffing, you need a gem buff or multiply gems, as Bob said earlier, to get it done with gem damage now. So this is like a secondary set, but it's great for boss. So, sorry, Xandel. That's what I got for Trickster. I feel like we let you down. Also, one more time, trainer-wise, because stun Nash isn't going to be fast enough.
Did you vote too, Bob, on the portal? In the they're asking what kind of damage we like the most. In the fan survey.
I know you said you just got him, so theory for trainer for sure. Liv or Cora, I'm fine with either at silver. I think for sure top end, like eventually stuff you can get. Liv as the highest top end of any Lady Trickster. That's assuming all of the nice stuff. You Seance, it's like 2-click and you can win. You can also stack the gem damage buff. She has really high end. We'll probably never have the Seance Xandel, so I don't think we have to worry about that. But I do think she has higher top end than Cora, but Cora is just fun and smooth. So I think they're both potentially worth taking to at least bronze and seeing what you like more. Snoop, trainer goes all the way up to 6-star bronze now. Yeah, Cora's super fun. I love Cora. She's one of my favorites to play with. Actually, probably was my favorite Lady Trickster till I got Chelsea, because and Chelsea's slightly more fun, but not necessarily a ton more, because Cora's awesome. So Snoop's worth taking 6-star bronze for the red move damage now. So is Rude, and is your Kyrie's high enough, so that's good. Mosh is that's the other thing we didn't talk about Mosh. So if you don't fill his stars, you need to take him 6-star bronze to max this out. This is actually like buffed up Sin Cara, so there's a few cases where this is actually pretty good. So that's, we didn't talk about that. You can either star fill him or take him up. Yeah, understood, Xandel. I don't take all my Tricksters up because can't afford it, so I'm in the process too. Thrasher also has a 6-star training ability to max it out. And he would have been really good this past boss, for sure. Thrasher would have. And Nikki, you can move up for training ability too, because hers, she got boosted as well. And you don't have what's his face, Logan. So Nikki is definitely useful for you. Oh, 100% kid. I would have done it this talent up, but that little thing called Rhea and Bray happened. Okay, Acros. Anything to get out of Trickster.
The Twilight Zone of Twixters.
I when I looked at that, I knew I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be horrible for me. Like, because I just don't feel like I have the best answer possible there. Acros is another really tough one for a lot of people. Is it worth taking Mosh to silver? I don't know your roster, Taj. Potentially, absolutely, but I don't know your roster. Hey, Tiger King, how are you? Also, if you're on my Discord server from the invite, I have to make you a member. You can't see most of the stuff till I do. I don't have that turned on automatically because there was a lot of people trying to join to do trolling and stuff.
Troll raids. Like when they raid Shrek's swamp. Get out of my swamp!
Yes. Dude, chili is so good. Good chili is so good. Hey, Sensei. How are you, bud? Okay, so, I mean, Lady Acro now with Rhea 2 is ridiculous because people can agree or disagree. That's fine for me. Rhea is the pinnacle of ladies feuding unless you have Indy, which no one has Indy. So, Snoop is you Xandel. You know Snoop better than me, so I'm not going to talk about him. Right? Like, he's a bit clicky. He can hit as hard as anyone, I suppose. Right? With his buffs and stuff. Acro Dragon, you obviously have to take up. So do I still. For his trainer. Wes, if you have the moment, is phenomenal, but I'm pretty sure you don't have the NXT moment. We've talked about this. Oh, my mana is Pyro Bliss, one of the few ladies I'm actually missing in the game. And he has Snoop. I also don't have Snoop.
I love Alexa Bliss. Wait, was that on? I wasn't muted when I said that, was I?
No. Yes, R-Truth as well. My amazing coach. Bliss, I love Bliss, honestly. I think she's way underrated in the ring. She's actually pretty smooth. I think.
Fix your monologue.
And she's awesome on the mic, obviously. I'm a big Bliss fan. I prefer her over Becky, actually. Don't hate me, everybody.
Yeah, she was my favorite on the mic. And her and Bray were making just absolute wrestling gold at the hardest time in the Thunderdome era, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they made it so captivating. So
where is his doink? I agree completely, by the way, Rusty. Where is his doink? Doink for his trainer, definitely. I mean, like, other than your trainer, Zandel, and then if you want to take Snoop up, like, what else are you gonna do? Like, Rhea, I'm on record saying I think she's the best. Like, because Indy doesn't exist. You don't have the NXT moment, so Wes isn't really worth it. Oh, there's Doink. Yeah, so I think it's mostly trainers. Like, if you guys want a sleeper pick, because he does have the Piper plate, he also has other stuff. Shelton is kind of criminally underrated. Kind of a good sleeper pick if you have a lot of stuff that Xandel has all of it for. I also haven't leveled mine either. I don't know that he's going to beat what you have, though, for sure. But yeah. Took D'Lo up for boss battle. Yeah. So the big problem for you, Xandel, with D'Lo is you can't turn one with him because you don't have Braun and you don't have a Judgment Day plate, so you're going to get hit in the face. So he's not really a feuding option for you, yeah? Because you're going to get smacked. Which, in Zandel's position, he needs to turn one, basically, to get faster, and then turn one and not, like, cascade and have things go wrong. Because that's where he's at with his roster. If you had a Judgment Day plate, it would be fine, because you could get D'Lo loaded. That's a good question. Does he have Acro Edge gear? I kind of doubt it, but... top to bottom, ladies have better acros than guys, yeah? You guys think, in general? Shotzi, Bianca, Rhea, Indy. Yeah, he could make Tatanka work with a 5-match, actually.
Yeah, does Zandal have the Cora Jade plate?
He does.
The Heart of Jade?
He does.
Tatanka might be one to look at for like 20 million turn one.
Mm-hmm. You can cascade, but basically Cody-style gameplay, Xandel, which you'll be familiar with, right? It's gonna be... It's the red ones, right?
It's like red, blue, blue, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, red, blue, blue. Power slam. Diving chop, neck breaker.
Yep.
And then if you add the sheriff's badge too for a little extra pepper, you can get some big turn one.
He definitely has Cora's plate. Actually, I'm kind of... I don't have Snoop. So I know Snoop can cascade too, right? When you're trying to set up and the buff and stuff, as I recall. It's been so long since I played Snoop. So what's faster, safer? I mean, they're both a 5 match, but you could totally. He has Andre, so you could literally run this red Andre. Doesn't even need Santa for this. You usually don't cascade with Snoop. Which is faster then? Which would be faster? Because this would be a 5 match like Cody. Swipe into it. Just like Cody, actually, Xandel. Basically, same exact thing. With the Cora Jade plate that you have sitting. Do you have a strap for Tatanka? Waiting to hear about the Tatanka strap. I actually kind of dig this. Do you like Cody for a feud, Xandel? The important question, because the same exact gameplay essentially. Well, yes, correct. Speed is everything, though, right? So I do not have a good strap for him. Only move, I think. And what do you got for Snoop? You got something decent? Yeah. You got something decent for Snoop? You do like Cody, okay. Tatanka gets some stupid moments too. Not that I have them, but there's some crazy good moments for Tatanka. Probably Snoop, I'm gonna say, assuming you got a strap for him. But I think if you love Cody, I don't see a problem with Tatanka either. And Snoop, I just don't have to play, so honestly, I can't really speak on it anymore because he doesn't exist. 5 gem or 50 move? Okay. I don't think it probably matters with the buff, the way buffs scale. But yeah, I remember the animations being slow AF, so... Well, I almost helped. No, I think... He does have a strap for Tatanka, though. And he does like Cody. So... I don't know. B-Rock, you say the moves take forever? Gotcha. Pick one, because you can't turn one with Delo, so you have to pick one, Xandel. I honestly can't credibly talk on Snoop because it's been, 2 years, guys, since Snoop came out? I haven't played him in 2 years. So I feel like I cannot credibly talk on Snoop. So I'm just at what everyone else says there. Tatanka, I know, plays just like Cody. I don't remember the move animations being bad at all. So you also have the Cora plate, so there's no way you won't hit hard with Tatanka. Yeah, I'd say pick the one you want. Get some more information.
Your medals help too. If you've got some, big time medals you could put on a strap.
He'll be good on medals. I know that. Xandel, I think he can Fury to pretty much anyone. No problem. So I know he's good on medals. Like, if it was a big move damage one, I might be... Yeah. You took up Bianca and no shards yet? That's the other thing, too, right? Like, are they aggressive? I think aggressive is rough at Acro Shard. Oh, Tatanka's aggressive, too. Let's find out. They might be chaotic? Aggressive's fine because J.U., so everyone has them. I don't know, Bob. I was hoping it would be today. And Furpo didn't have anything for me today, which is nice because no blog to read. But at the same time, I like having info for you guys.
We do have the forum sweepstakes happening.
Yes.
I'll pull that up and post a link in the chat.
Thanks,
while
Rusty.
you keep on working on the roster. Yeah.
Thanks, Rusty. So yeah, obviously Rhea silver right away. Make your pick, Xandel, Snooper, Tatanka. And then I think you're good fighting wise, trainer wise. Make sure Doink's high enough. I don't remember right off what he needs to be. R-Truth, definitely don't sleep on his, like was mentioned earlier. Ba-da-bum-bum. Taker, you don't have the ultimate, and if you did, I would say put it on Dexter anyway. So no big deal there. Oh, and Steamboat. Definitely Steamboat's got to go up as you can too. Yeah, those are the big ones there. No, not based on what he has, B-Rock. So Dom won't speed up his feud game, which is what he's trying to do. Like, I feel like maybe I don't know, maybe he would, but so blame Mherex. Yeah, exactly. It's my fault.
Mherex, that's pretty cool. You're giving away 300 Bray shards in this forum giveaway.
You were gonna get me in so much trouble. I think the forum mods set that giveaway up, and they're gonna be like, "Did you hear Mherex was taking credit for the giveaway we set up?"
yeah, totally. Rusty and Mherex are gonna personally give you 300 Bray shards, but we're gonna do it through the forum, through your feedback. We want you to create a retro rewind superstar, and there's gonna be 5 separate winners. So click the link that I pinned, and we want one of these people in this chat to be the winner. And then Mherex will personally wire you the shards to your account. Subject to change.
Yeah,
subject to change.
So what you don't know, guys, is that I've been a Scopely employee this whole time. I'm just a plant. And what I'm doing is taking the exorbitant amount of money Scopely pays me, and I just decided to buy all of these characters what they would have cost you to buy during their events, and now I'm personally making it so you guys can get them. Hey Ravioli, how are you?
It's like when the government builds us a new road through our tax dollars, right? You know, they're doing us such a favor, aren't they?
Yes, they're spending all their money. Enter. I hate you all. I hate you all.
All this fake outrage you've been, trolling on your stream for years. We knew you were really a plant.
Yeah. I'm just here to make Scopely money.
Right. Mherex was actually the guy who said, "Let's take back the teepee," too. Like, he's the one.
Yes.
He was the one that pushed the rescind button. So.
Oh my gosh! Don't even.
Since we're telling lies. These are all lies, by the way.
I actually got myself in a lot of trouble over the TP thing. I was very rude in that chat group about the TP. So this is new, better Mherex, who's not being rude when something is horrible, or trying.
2.0.
Yeah, or trying.
Mherex 2.0.
I rolled back farm again. Yeah. What was the other one? What was the other one too? There's another one that was on me too.
I heard Mherex implemented the energy system in Showdown as well.
Oh!
I think that was his idea.
Dude, I hate you.
He also wrote the code for Invasion.
Hey, I would take credit for Invasion. I loved Invasion. Yeah, I clawed back my own Eric Rowan from my account. That's a story we don't have time for today. Oh. Okay, so your showboats are stacked, straight up stacked, like the showboat class is. Xandel, who do you feud with in who do you feud with showboat? Wow. Yeah, that.
Which showboat do you feud with?
Thank you, Rusty. Hashtag never forget.
Oh man.
I actually suggested they take the grant campaign shards back. I tried to get them stolen from you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Who you love at Showboat?
So Mellow's not stronger, right? Mellow's only at bronze?
Right, and so here's the reason why I'm assuming he hasn't taken Mellow up. Is Mellow doesn't actually need 6-star silver. He just... the move damage goes up like 7%, but it's stun locked, it's over, he doesn't need it. It is what it is, right? Did you get any Waller gear, by the way? No Waller gear? Okay. So, are you using Waller's sub setup then for Feud, Zandel? Because if you are, you probably should stop and just use Mellow to save speed time. Yeah, Mellow's ridiculous, aside from being a great coach. But if we're talking about saving speed, you probably got to drop Waller unless you're running triple green and hitting hard enough. Which this feud triple green should hit very, very hard. How many cycles for Waller for you? Is it 2 or 3? With the sub animations? Also, I really should start timing this crap. Because maybe it's fast enough that it doesn't matter. But I feel like Mellow is going to be faster. So, I don't think he probably has anything he can, like... I didn't... Did you have Bulldog Bracer? I didn't see it. If you have Bulldog Bracer and a Sheriff's Badge, KO, I think, would be faster than any of them, actually. Okay. And Ray... Did you get 1 Ray gear? Thought you did, but no. Okay. Oh, Showboat set.
So no bracer. No Bulldog Bracer, huh?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Keep that in your back pocket, though. Shin is pretty good, too. Actually, B-Rock, been running his throw the multiplies out and destroy build. Pretty close if you have like a hundo strap kind of thing. Pretty close. It's 2 clicks. Pretty close if they stay down. Yes, 1 gear on Ray. Oh, 1 gear on Ray makes it more interesting because what I noticed is you didn't say Apollo. Probably because of animations, right? So let's talk about Ray. Actually, let's talk about Showboat Ray. I need to pull him up so I can see him.
While you pull him up, I'm going to say this. Apollo's boss battle stock plummeted once people realized how slow those animations were as well.
It's too
even though he can do some really good stuff.
It's too bad because he's so fun. It just, the animations are slow. I love him, but I don't use him. The final superstar is Powerhouse Naya.
What? This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't heard that yet.
Powerhouse Naya, for sure.
But welcome to the chat, Hassan. I see it's your first time. That's awesome.
I probably shouldn't do that to a first-time chatter.
We have been telling a lot of untruths in chat. The last 20 minutes have been basically a comedy bit. So Powerhouse Naya not confirmed.
You don't have Brawn, though, so I don't think you can run this build. Two MP. I don't think you can run this build without Brawn. Actually,
that's interesting.
I was wondering that too, Jabroni. How fast? Like if they had the moveset ready, I wonder if they could do it that fast if the movesets were ready. With 3 sub builds? Oh my gosh, Gumsy, go away. It's for sure a female feud. The first feud is lady, so it's a female superstar. Absolutely, 100%. My best guess is Alexa or Becky. I would probably say 70% certain it's one of them.
What about Charlotte? You think it could be Charlotte?
You know, I would say yes, but
we just haven't seen her lately. We haven't seen her in the game lately.
She hasn't been on TV much either. And honestly, like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't think so. I get the feeling like she's less important at the moment to WWE, and a lot of times they're who they go through. Dude, Bailey would
Right.
be amazing too.
Oh,
But
I'd love that.
I
I
love
would
Bailey.
love a Bailey.
She would fit really well with 80s too.
I mean, couldn't it just be Hugger Bailey? Like, doesn't she already have the look,
I
the side
mean,
pony? And all?
pretty much. So you can't run. How hard? Guys that are actually. I don't remember from my preview, actually. He can't run the other one, but he could run. I don't think it hit. It's yellows, maybe. It depends where they go, right? Because he could run this with the Piper for the ridiculous. I felt like it was too random. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Nope, that won't work because you need the choose or the cross brakes. Wait, nope, wait. He's got the gear. Hold on, never mind. My brain, sorry. He can do this. No? Because it's going to overwrite too. It's too much. That overwrites. Never mind, can't do that. I feel like his best set you can't run without Brawn, but I think you can still run the other stuff, though.
Hmm.
You can do the
I think
cross.
the final superstar will be someone that's main event level. Like, I think everyone this month is like a main eventer, kind of a headliner. So I think that was kind of why my guess was Charlotte. Even though she's not currently a main eventer, she's like the consummate main eventer.
Yeah, I think I'd probably stay with what you have, like with Mello. If you had Braun, then maybe we talk about Ray and moving the Piper plate. What's that, Gumsy? What did I miss? Yes, no, maybe, what? Yeah, I think Becky is the safe play. Although Bailey has been such a huge part since Triple H got back, Bailey wouldn't surprise me either. But I'd like to see Alexa just because she goes with Bray so well. And, you know, also I like Alexa, but she hasn't been on TV for, like, ever now, which is sad.
Possible return at Mania.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think we're going to see whatever this Wyatt 6 emerge at Mania or shortly thereafter. Maybe the night after Mania.
And how had the Dreadmare promos have been on NXT too now, right? So it's, if I'm not mistaken, so pretty much confirmed. Bo is going to be continuing Bray's stuff. Yes? Question mark.
It's really interesting too because he was talking about like the power of the mask that it has over him, right? And he even named that mask Wormwood, which is a character from C.S. Lewis's Screw Tape Letters.
I'm actually familiar with that. Yeah.
Really, really good stuff.
Yeah, Drewsies. So, you guys know? Do you guys know about the Dreadmare channel? It's like Bo. Oh, that's go. I can't probably show it on here, but or play it. I don't know if I can. It's WWE. I probably can. Xandel, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm running on NXT like commercials.
So, it's Bo Dallas's channel, and like I'll just play a short little bit here.
Friends to the twisted world of Dreadmare. It's okay. The tales I've spun in the shadows. The visions that danced in the minds of those who dared to dream with me. Now it's time for me to peel back the layers and reveal the truth. The dark truth that is Wyatt 6. You see, Wyatt 6 was not just a vision, it was a revelation. A legacy left by my brother. A legacy that I must now carry forward. You guys don't understand. My mind is so different from the ordinary. I've embraced not one but multiple personalities that are now within me. Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, and now Wormwood the Jester. No one has seen this side of me before. None of you have no idea why I even made this channel to post these videos. Do you prefer this or nothing at all? It's okay to wait in the dark with nowhere to go. Hell, it's a piece of the puzzle of life. I still struggle within myself to make sense of this chaos. Now listen closely because I'm about to share a little secret. A secret that only I can reveal. They will help me as I pull the strings from within. You're probably sitting there scratching your head wondering who they are. I am the leader. The one who whispers in their ears, guiding their every move. This return, my dear friends, is no ordinary comeback. It's a revelation, a resurrection of chaos. I've handpicked individuals for each brand, each having their own story to tell. The puppets I send on destruction will wreak havoc on those foolish enough to cross their path. They are my disciples, carrying out my brother's legacy. And for those who can't handle the storm they bring, well, I suppose I'll have to step into the chaos myself. Subscribe to Dreadmare, if you dare.
Yeah, so there's, if you like Bray and that stuff, there's tons. I'll give you the link to the Dreadmare channel, but it's only got like, stop, no, stop.
You never know what's gonna play. You gotta cut it quick.
It's just, I accidentally clicked on Hero Wars. I don't want to play Hero Wars. But anyway, the Dreadmare channel, just Google Dreadmare. It only has 18.1k subscribers. So, yeah. But it's awesome. Yes, I have Incredible Chunks. He talks about Bliss in one. One of our faction mates in 1% posts every time there's a new one. Although I'm subscribed, so I see him too. But it's, if you're into Bray and Bray stuff, it's totally worth watching. If you don't know who Bo Dallas is, he's one of the Rotunda boys. So he's Bray's brother. And IRS's son. Him and Axel Hannigan used to be a tag team. Another EO would be nice. Yeah, Lux knows. He was trolling. Okay, Xandel, Showboat, sorry. Oh boy, man. I think you're pretty good, to be honest. Like, if you want to fool around with Ray, but yeah, I mean, Mello is just so good. I think we could probably, since you're not using Apollo anymore, look to move your Piper plate somewhere else. Maybe we should kind of focus on where we could move Xandel's Piper plate to give him a huge feud boost. Nakamura is worth bringing up too, because you know he seems to be required a lot, and he's actually pretty solid across the board. Trainer KO is, if you get a Bulldog bracer and a decent strap, and especially a Sheriff's Badge too, I think he's one of the top. Like, take Taker out, take Seth out. I think he's one of the fastest feuding showboats he's going to be with that kind of setup. I'm huge on KO actually. So, I think Eddie's high enough. Why is your Santa not higher, bud? Just kidding. He boos me. I deserve that. Okay, yeah. You guys agree? Showboat, like, he's great at, I feel like. So, mellow rock and roll, doesn't even need silver. Waller's a lot of fun. Just keep using your fastest one. I think, Xandel, also, I think, like, maybe when feud prep comes up, we should talk about that on stream. Maybe help you get faster. So, one thing I've noticed in our faction, I don't think a lot of people besides, like, me actually tag with somebody specifically. I feel like, Xandel, like, if you get somebody, like, with your line, you want to run the perfect size, right? Not too big, not too small, just consistently win, boom, boom, boom. And you should be able to find someone in our faction that you can run with, because there's tons of people. I don't know if Hitman, who's in this stream, has a steady feud person. And it's okay if you feud with other people when the other person isn't on, but when you guys get on, it's different all the time, Xandel. The number depends specifically what you got. Like, if you go too big, it can be too hard. You go too small, you're not making enough points. You have a really good roster. Yeah, Bob, exactly. Not too big, not too small. Wait, what are we talking about? It's important to be if you're the right size, you can just go fast. You know what I mean?
If you
Yeah,
just know how to use it.
exactly. Hitman says he doesn't. I just hit join and pray. I feel like, guys, like, okay, don't let me get away from Thursday. Tell me I have to stream and let's talk feud on stream on my channel all day. Like, and get set up. Like, I feel like you guys, a lot of it, you guys just need to find some feud partners, and like, people go too big all the time. And when you go too big, you just can't go as fast. You have to be careful. You know what I mean? That's a lot of things in life, just saying.
We started coordinating our feuds in voice chat on Discord and like talking like mid feud. Say like, okay, I'm going to lower my talent to get my CSS. Who's running around this same talent level? Let's jump in together. So we do a lot of voice chat.
If you're a voice chat person, I think voice chat is huge. It helps a ton. With my feud partner, of course, we've been feuding a long time. We talk ahead of time what we want to do. We get almost the exact same size lineup. Sometimes I'll have top. Usually I probably have top line, but not by much. Sometimes he does. But what we do is whoever's done first finishes the other person's line, always. That way you're in a fresh feud, right? So, and you don't pick the weakest people first. You're getting your quick wins super fast, right? Like, you just bang out those quick wins, and then you get in another feud, because that 300k bonus is really nice for the first time wins, and then you're not waiting. And basically what we do is we use text, because he's not a big Facebook guy, and then Discord I tend to stay off during feuds so people don't like distract me. Actually, Discord is usually never open for me these days because I spend too much time on it when it is. That's a Mherex problem. But so like I'll just text him like R, and that's ready, and then he queues, and as soon as I see him join, I hit join. So like we probably text like 5,000 times on feud weekend, because I type back R, and then he says R, and then he joins, and then I join. But anyway, that's that's what we do. Like, and it's just, and I usually feud longer, so then I randomly will just hit the queue. And we've said this before, any faction you're in, there is several people that you do not want to queue with for feud because they are just too slow. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're that slow guy. Get faster. All right,
We always tag whoever that is. We tag them on Discord with the Jericho gif. You're on the list.
Sapper is the plunger. Yeah, if you see a lot of times somebody that no one wants to join, and it just sits there, and you're like, why is this person, no one joined them for like a minute? There's a good chance, if you have an active feud roster, that's one of the slow people. Not always.
Yep.
Okay, technicians. So you have the best lady tech leveled. There's
Nice.
anyone disagree? I feel like there's nothing Xandel can do to get faster at lady tech. Kaiser's awesome. He doesn't have a drip, but Kaiser is awesome.
Big Papa Lud.
Big Papa's trainer. He's not going to be faster than Cody, right? Unless there's something I don't know about. I've never really loved my Steiner. The Stunlock is nice, but he's just not fast for me unless I'm doing something wrong. Or I haven't tried it. You could potentially take Brett up if you have somebody that the finisher's going to help, but I feel like you probably don't really need it. Kaiser's trainer, yes, super good. I mean, like, for most people, these are going to be the two best options they have at tech. Nikita's got to be the best lady tech. I don't know who's better, if there is one. And then Cody's, like, up there, right? Like, you can... NOD Rock, who doesn't really exist. Hall of Fame Anvil doesn't exist for a lot of people. Kaiser Drip Plate doesn't exist for a lot of people. What else is there at tech?
Vinci?
Vinci's really good if you don't have
Maybe.
those. He's subbing, but it's a really smooth sub. He's not as fast as Cody. Dom is actually really fast, but he can go wrong. Oh yeah, Pat Patterson's another solid one. Yeah. Um, Dom, when Dom goes right, is amazing. Shamrock can absolutely win. So depending on your roster, Ducky Schultz, yes, but he's not super fast. Z-Dom does
Right.
need Zombie Ray, yes. And yes, if Dom goes wrong, yeah, I saw that, Zandel. Your Cody's set up good. The only way it'd be better is with the JD plate, because then you would never have to worry about if you cascade. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like you have a faster option than Cody right here with what you have on your roster. Yeah, when Dom gets
Okay.
pinned, it's horrible. He's so good when he doesn't get pinned, but so not good when he gets pinned.
And Gunther's not in that conversation, right? I mean, I don't have him, so
You gotta run
but he's not.
you gotta run a sub, but
Okay.
I think with a 20% strap at 6-star bronze and an all heart, I was consistently hitting 9 mil consistently at 6-star bronze, so pretty good, but you got to run a sub and so it just, if you're going to run a sub, I feel like probably these days Vinci will be faster because he can sub every turn. He's also got the immobiles. So like I think on most rosters, I would say like, Cody's probably going to be your one option and Vinci or two unless you have a drip, in which case Kaiser passes everybody. Like on most rosters, right? I actually like Vinci over Kaiser without crazy stuff. But Kaiser's worth taking up for training ability too. With crazy stuff, I think Kaiser is toppy at silver. Like super good kind of deal. KO played on Cody. That would work. Right? Wait, no. You're talking the sheriff's badge? Doesn't that need to break red, though, to make the yellow? That would not work.
Wait, KO plate? The KO's plate would be the make a mobile and boost green or black.
So you're running sub with Cody? So, again... Oh, no, not sub. You're doing the... Maybe sub? What's Cody's other build? Let me look at my roster. I don't know how the damage is on that. I know he's got the immobile one. Does he have to sub to load that? Yeah, sub to load that? I don't remember.
Sub to blue.
Make 30 immobiles into green. And choose 4 columns to make into immobiles. And you can start with that loaded, I guess. As I recall, that just did not hit hard enough at all. Because... What's the green on the KO plate? That's an ultimate. What's the green? Let me look. I don't use the KO plate on anyone, I don't think. Maybe I have it on somebody? I guess I put it on Bob to test it on stream. So, I know 150% sounds like a lot, but when you're not buffing your gems at all with like a true buff, like a buff, it's actually not that much. Green is his primary, but it's 28 gems. I feel like you're just not, you're gonna be like, I want to say maybe at 6-star bronze, probably like the 5 to 6 mil range. 6-star silver, like the 12 mil range. That's assuming like a Z plate with it. You do have the sub you could do too, I guess. Without knowing your roster, Ducky, I don't love it. Like, I feel like at that point, Vinci might be better. Because you're going to have to cycle twice anyway, and Vinci can just do it every turn. My big problem actually was sub guys. Yeah, Cowboy Bob's actually very, very good. Very useful. Yeah, Ducky, we need to do that. Where was I? I just lost track of my thoughts. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, so Vinci, oh yes, Vinci sub. The triple yellow is so smooth, he subs every turn. Usually my big problem with the sub is guys come out of it either loaded or loaded the next turn, especially the next turn. So normally with the sub, you do the sub, and then they get their turn, and then you have like your setup turn, and then you go back to your sub. I did see a squirrel. And it just, there's too many chances for outs, right? With, at least with Vinci's, like, you sub every single turn. You're never giving up a turn, and that's why I like his more than most, because in also, if you index the sub, you can throw like a 7-turn sub out there. So even if they have a swipe plate and they're getting lucky on a couple swipes, there's still a decent chance you load them. But in feud, way too often, if it's a 3-turn sub guy, I sub and they come out loaded. And I'm just like Becky, I love Zombie Becky Triple Black on a tour, but as soon as I get in a feud, I sub with them, they come out loaded, they hit their move, it takes longer, and I'm just annoyed because it takes longer. So I just run her triple blue, and I'd rather just run triple blue and hopefully get the win first turn, and if I have to do a second turn, I didn't have to sit through a sub. And that's where I'm at there, so that might be biased, but your techs are actually really good, Xandel. I don't think you're going to really improve them for feud much, it's just a matter of taking your trainers up, so I kind of got sidetracked. Scott, for trainer, Lex is high enough. Gunther needs to go up for his trainer too, yeah? 2 purple MP, 40% gem purple. Super useful nowadays. Kaiser. Vinci, I think, is worth building just for when, like, maybe you can't use Cody. And he's kind of fun when you need to do that. And Cowboy Bob, wherever Cowboy Bob's at, like, you know what you're getting, right? You can always dominate a powerhouse. This sub build is strong. But I think, Xandel, I'm looking at your roster, and other than Trickster, which really isn't your fault, you have, like, great feud options pretty much everywhere. You know? Not really. They're both really good. If I was gonna fight like strictly powerhouses, like if it's a feud where there's powerhouse required, I would go Cowboy Bob, I think, for sure, no question. Because like you don't even need a strap and you're probably still gonna annihilate him. I don't know. He just really, really destroys powerhouses. So yeah, Xandel, I think a lot of it is like for your feuding when I'm looking at it, like, yeah, there's some work you can do, but I think a lot of it is going to be getting more efficient at your feud prep, as it were. Most of feud is having the prep work done ahead of time and then finding a really good partner. You know? Because you got a really solid roster. And guys, this is a great example of like, what's your talent, Xandel? He's got a lot of characters, a lot of really good characters. Yeah, this Piper plate is really I feel like since you're not using Apollo, we need to find a better spot for that, because that's a super powerful plate. You guys want to help with that? Well, we just kind of look through all this stuff.
Did he have Hall of Fame Triple H?
Yes, he does, but his powerhouse is also stacked. But yes, he does. That's actually really, 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 really good shout, because Triple H hits really hard with that. but he's using. Do you have a Powerhouse affiliation? Remind me. Zandel, he said, but I can't remember. Yeah, my man has an 8 mil roster. The only place like where he doesn't have like super whaley plates is like Drip and Judgment Day, right? So really great example of a big deep roster, and like a lot of it I think like is just gonna be fine tuning that prep work, like getting ready, getting a feud partner, getting used to setting a lineup that wins really easy. You know what I mean? Triple H is definitely in consideration for sure because he's really good with the Piper plate. He can cascade, but he hits really hard with it, really freaking hard. That's a great shout. Get a strap for Rosie. Ah, if only it was that easy, right? Oh, you have the stuff to make Braun work. What's your best strap for Braun? Well, we're at it. You're working on a lot of these here, I know that. So, and your powerhouse is so good. Is there? Maybe we should look at. Should we look at Trickster Snoop? Because he could put the Piper plate there. I don't know. I don't even remember what he does anymore. Only striker and showboat. Okay, so not as important at Powerhouse if you can only use one and BPP's your man. I know he's like your favorite feuder, so it doesn't make sense to move off of him. And it doesn't make sense to feud not promoted if you can feud promoted, if that makes sense. Yeah, and you got Roman too. Yeah, and Roman's super fun. Like, actually really fun. I should ask Mo how hard his Shelton can hit. Because Acro is one of the other ones too. I love Powerhouse Braun too, yeah. I wish I had 100% strap. I was 60. There's no one here for Piper Plate. Triple H is a really good shout. But he's got Liv. He doesn't need any other ladies. Yeah, move damage straps have got a lot harder to get recently. Does Waller have a... No, he doesn't have a Piper Plate build, does he? I think he's one short. I don't think he does. Rays to make it work, you really need Braun. Wait, can Ray... Actually, hold on. Let me look at Ray again. On mine. Here, let me see. Oh, also, Rusty, if you have anything you want to say, feel free to chip in, because at this point I'm kind of, like, just rambling. Because, I mean, how I look at streaming, like, you can't have dead air time, right? So, pretty much I run my mouth nonstop the whole time I'm streaming. Sometimes there's stuff worth listening to, and other times not so much.
No, it's good. I mean, yeah, just put your best stuff on your best people, though. Like the way you were maybe considering, okay, well, what if I take this Trickster up? But is it like the best Trickster, right? You know, are you using a plate that could make someone better, even stronger, right? Versus, I don't know, it almost felt like, okay, are we going to take maybe Snoop and make him into like a B minus, or, you know, could Hall of Fame Triple H be like a S plus, you know, where even if it's more powerhouse, yeah, but your best is your best, and it's going to go across every format, not just feud. Feud's great. Feud's important. But I mean, you have some fast showdowns too. Have some powerful boss battles too. So,
no, I agree with you completely. The reason we're talking feud so much today is that's what he mentioned, but 100% agree with what you're saying, because for me, when I do stuff with my roster, I just want to make my life easier for any mode, right? Anytime it's needed. So I agree completely. And Triple H honestly is kind of criminally underrated at Powerhouse, Hall of Fame Triple H, with Piper plate and stuff. A 60% gem damage? Oh yeah, dude, he'll slap with that if you want to mess around with it. Absolutely slap with it. Low charge too, actually. And as Rusty said, Hall of Fame length for Showdown. So there's a lot of pluses there. You know what, Rusty? You're smarter than Lee looks. Just saying.
So like the term for me is I put this in the chat earlier, but like I always think about the term duplicitous value. Like, is there value? Like, can I stack the value when I look at who's my best? Is this going to be my best defensive? Is this going to be my best powerhouse? Is this going to be my best Hall of Fame? Well, Triple H would check a lot of those boxes on my roster, and so that's why, like, I tend to think multi-format, but also, yeah, I'm working on my feud as well. I'm trying to make my feud roster faster as well and make my life easier as well. But I'm terrified of wasting resources. I don't have the resources to waste, basically. So I'm always thinking, like, how do I get the most juice out of this orange? So
No, I agree. Like, it's always like a really, really good shout to make your best people better. Like, if you can do that, yeah. And as they tick more boxes, like you said, if it's your best Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame's required a lot. Recently, we've had a lot of custom stuff, so we haven't had that week one, like, Hall of Fame stuff lately. But I'm assuming that comes back pretty soon. You guys, you know what I'm talking about, guys. Usually week one, we got that weird Hall of Fame thing.
yeah, like Hall of Gold event.
Yeah, that one. So what I'm wondering, Xandel, with a Piper and the gear, these two moves are both loaded. Technically, it's just two moves, right? I don't even know how hard this hits. So I'm thinking about, do I have a strap for him? I'm thinking about running something here because Mrs. Mherex hasn't said she was on her way. I'm way over time, but I don't care as long as Mrs. Mherex doesn't come home. Let me see what I got for a strap. What kind of strap do you have for your Hall of Fames, Xandel? Because this is a hundo, and I put other dumb stuff on here that we don't need to talk about. But I could throw the Piper on and see how hard it hits with only two moves. Because he's making yellows above them, right? These pyros. Yes, so they're going to be meaty. And you have the gear, so we can use whoever we want at trainers. Or at coaches, so it's just yellow and blue MP. You took Rhea to sixes. Acro Rhea is amazing. So good. I like when he talks while taking his shirt off while eating string cheese. Kid, I would never do that. 60% defense.
That's an OSHA violation for sure.
100%. So 60% defense, not ideal. I feel like we're not going to get Ray where we need him to be, Zando. Especially considering new Hall of Fame tokens. With 60% defense. I can still try it if you want, because it would probably be heckin' fast, but there's also, this is not even half the board. So I get burned on this kind of stuff. Like, let's just for funsies here. What's up, Festival? Also, I haven't checked. How many people are on the stream right now? I haven't even checked today. I don't know where we ended up.
Let me check. Let me exit theater mode. Over 100, 102.
Really? Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys enjoying this?
It's a slow Tuesday.
Yeah, it is a slow Tuesday. Are you guys enjoying this where we keep going over different rosters still? Not getting bored with it? Oh, you got Bray from a bag? Lucky you.
Wow, that's a good bag.
Yeah, dude, congrats. Love it. Yes, I am. Not me, I'm not here. Hi, AK, how are you, buddy? These are really fun for me. I like talking rosters. It's been really cool. I don't know if he's still here, but it's cool to have Bob chiming in, HD, Kid. I love when the chat gets involved. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways to play. It's a lot of fun.
Look at that. Another first time chat. We've had like 3 or 4 first time chatters that are brand new to the game as well tonight. So that's incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's super interesting, Sapin. Right on. I'm glad you like it. And that's, is that Steph? Is that ST3 PPH? Would probably be Steph, right? I'm here to learn the game, and shout out to my faction FunFest too. Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, so I don't know, did you see Rusty's week 1 Stone Cold? His was a 5 million roster. Kid, I'm simply just showing the variants, right? So I haven't put the good plate on or anything like that yet, but here's why I have trouble with characters like this, is if you look at where these go, and the fact that we can't choose a ton of gems. Not there. I can do 2 row breaks, and there's nothing here, so I can kind of do like that. Honestly, we got pretty lucky with where the random gems went. This isn't going to hit hard, by the way. This is just me screwing around with it, just to give myself a feel. We'll go ahead and stun him just for the funsies. Yeah, Oscar would be great, right? Because he might not kick out. Maybe I shouldn't have stunned him. Yeah, I shouldn't have stunned. Nice, Festabomb. So his finisher's really good at 6-star bronze, right? Like, really good. At 6-star silver, it doesn't hold up as well. Also, I got, like, Running Wild with a 200% metal on here. But it does bring up a rather decent... It's 1.86 base, which is really nice. He's got the gear. Kofi and Asuka's 4-6 MP. 1 for your turn is 7. The gear is 2 for 9. So you'd need Santa. Wrong button. %, on 1.8 million is just 1.8 million more damage. That's not going to do it at silver. Alright, let's swap some stuff around here. The Ghostbuster plate's not mine. I say this every time. They're still not mine. Speaking of Triple H and the Piper plate.
Somebody planted that on you.
I don't know why he hasn't removed those two. I had them for one stream when I did like Ghostbusters a long time ago, and he has not removed them yet.
Probably to irritate you.
What's that? Oh, yes, you might be right. Furbo and I have a really, actually, I would say good relationship that way. He flips me a ton of crap, and I take it. No, actually, I feel like he usually will listen to me when I actually am trying to talk to him about something, so I do appreciate that. I try to leave him alone, because, like, he has to have the crappiest job at Scopely, like, in my opinion. I know for a lot of people, he's not everybody's favorite, and I'd say this on my channel or this channel, it doesn't really matter. But I seriously think he probably has the hardest job at Scopely. He relays the message, and it's usually not a message a lot of people want to hear. You know what I mean? So,
right.
He doesn't set policy. Like, he doesn't get to get the final say in anything. But there have been lots of times when I've talked to him about something, and his response has surprised me, like how positive it is for the community. So, and that side never gets seen, so I do like to mention it sometimes. But it's whatever. Oh, I'm gonna leave these on. Zandel's only got a 60 defense, which is good if you get them below like half life. So I'm gonna try and make up for that. This is running wild yellow. No, it's black running wilds. Oh no, it is yellow gem set. Not doing anything for us. So maybe this is somewhat accurate. Yeah, this might be somewhat accurate. Xandel with a normal Fury 2 setup. What's up, Nuke? Okay, let's do... He does not have Drew. I would remember that, I think. We're not gonna do generate gems. Let's go flat yellow. And he doesn't have Zombie Sammy. Oh. I am getting a little bit of a headache. Our truth. What's our truth? Oh, so I'm trying not. So, kid, goal here is actually to see if we can beat him with the 2 moves. I'm trying to see how much damage he does with the Piper Plate gem-wise. Like, because the finishers we know if he uses a Fury 2 is going to hit for like 6 million, right? So if we can get to where his gem damage is doing like 7 million or better, then, you know, at silver it's going to do like 14 million. No, you're fine. It's a great question. I'm just trying to explain it so people... I didn't explain my thought process here. So the thought process is like, can we get his gem damage with these 2 moves to like 7 million, 8 million, 9 million, whatever. In a perfect world, we get it like 8, 9 million. Then, you know, I don't think we're gonna. But then, you know, like, okay, I can go out here and I can potentially one-shot somebody with these 2 moves, right? You make so many notes. Right on, Stone Cold. I'm glad it helps. That's the goal. That's what I want to do. So my goal is to let him not use the finisher and win ahead of time. If we set up for the finisher, we have to invest more MP, and then we got to go full takedown 2s. He does have gem defense. Zandal, you got yellow takedown 2 maxed, by the way? You got a 200% yellow takedown 2? Because we could... I feel like it didn't scale to silver, but I could be wrong. When I did my video, I feel like that yellow didn't scale the way I wanted it to. Think so? Okay, cool. Yes, he does. Are you thinking Ray's mask with the heal gem? I'm pretty sure he does with the purple. We could try that, actually, if you want. I think he does make heal gems. Again, with the spread, way not ideal, right? We really need these yellows down here, and this is what puts me off of random movesets. Like, I hate it. I also have trouble seeing the board. Let's go like this. What is that? That's 5-4 is closer. I should probably it's, again, not a perfect setup, but it is 100% Hall of Fame gem damage strap, which does not grow on trees. But I just have really bad luck in like 20 gems. You'd think more would be on the bottom, right? Like, that's just not a good spread. It's just simply not. Go ahead, Rusty.
A real gamer makes his own luck.
You're not wrong. That's my problem, actually.
Sorry.
No, nothing to be sorry about. This is going to be way harder because it's second time through. This is going to be, yeah, way harder. Yeah, I just don't feel like I could recommend this for feud with like, if he had, everything would be different if we could run tricolor, if he had brawn. Like, then we could, like, I could absolutely say, yeah, this guy's gonna rip with the Piper Plate, because then we can have, like, just cross breaks out there or multiplies one or the other. Okay, let's look at the finisher, though. Let me look at the moves first. No, it's a heal. He doesn't get heal gems. It's a heal. It's a big heal. He does not get heal gems. Sadly. And I don't think... And you're just running this for giggles. What is that? The plate that just came out, the ultimate that you don't have, Xandel, that I don't have either. The Roman plate? That's not on cross breaks, is it?
Shades of Roman? I think it is cross break.
What does it do with cross breaks? I don't even remember. That could be really good for one of his setups. Is it all gem damage or is it specific colors? Is it just red?
Let me look it up.
I didn't get it, so I forgot about it. Typical Mherex fashion. I didn't get it, so I'll forget about it.
When you make 7 or more cross-break gems, increase all of your gem and move damage by 100% for 1 turn.
Okay, so that could be real. All gems with the that could be really good on this set. Not that I have it. Did you guys get a chance to try it on him? Did you mess with that one, or is that a different plate you guys had? I can't remember who has what on streams. Sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, we streamed it that Friday night. Lee, I think we had 6-star silver Roman and the Shades of Rain's plate. And it was interesting because it made Roman's triple green build better, but that was really the only build you'd want to run against Acros. Like, it wasn't his best build.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little confusing. Like, the red move damage was so much better. So yeah, it feels like the plate, although it was kind of inspired by him, it wasn't necessarily for him.
Who else? I know you guys said you tried it on Braun. I don't suppose you tried it on Ray, did you? I would not have even thought of this build until I'm just looking at it now, so... Can't remember who you guys all tried it on.
Yeah, I think Braun was the kind of community favorite for it.
But if it buffs all gems 100%, it would probably be really good on this build. Nah. Usually they don't like me. Usually they don't like me going long HD anyway. It's just because you don't want to overdo it on the official channel, so people don't get bored with it, kind of thing. So, but
our numbers have stayed pretty high.
Yeah, this is really fun for me. Like, I just like doing these streams, like, because we get to talk roster, mess around with different stuff, and like, so this with the Roman plate, all of these gems would be 100% stronger. Like that would be, like, I think really good. You think? The moneymaker on stream? What's that? What's the moneymaker? I don't know how hard this is gonna hit. Yeah, it's just not enough. That's what I remember, like, with Ray.
Moneymaker? Is that who I am? Am I the guest?
You might be. I like having you on. It's actually really nice. On top of the fact that you're funny, like, you're really helpful too, and like, it's, if I ever, like, which I often do, forget where I'm at, basically, and like, what was I saying? It's nice to have somebody else there.
I feel like Andy Richter to your Conan O'Brien.
I feel like that's giving me way too much credit, first off, because Conan's hilarious, and
exactly.
No,
he's like the star, right? So Andy's there, like, just kind of helping out. Or I'm Guillermo to your Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, these are horrible analogies. I'm not even close to as funny as any of those people. I'm only funny by accident when I do stupid stuff.
How about this? I'm Vanna White to your Pat Sajak.
Ooh, I can get behind that. He's short. I'm not short, but he's dorky looking.
I'm just eye candy. I'm just the eye candy.
And Vanna's, you know, yeah, exactly. I agree.
Turning letter.
I like it. I like it. It's much better than Batman and Robin. I don't like that.
Right.
That's. I feel like Robin's not a good look for either of us. Yeah, this is horrible. Ignore I ever tried this. This is pretty terrible. This is no world would this ever. Yeah, Xandel, I just don't think. Like, how far are you from Braun, by the way, Xandel? Incidentally, guys, the dual MP. What do you mean you're so lost, K-Pen? Help me out here. I can help you if you help me. KP. Laurel and Hardy? Boy, that's going way back. I'm old enough to get that reference. Yes, DDP is the new rework. Yes. They gave me inside info 3 minutes ago to say DDP is the new rework, and the tour started 26 minutes ago. No
way. You're trolling.
Yep, 26 minutes ago. Reboot your game. Don't. I'm kidding. Don't. 1730.
You're trolling.
Yes, I am. Pat Sajak equals WWE champions? Yeah. 1730. Okay, Xandel, you wanna play a what if with Braun, just in case. And also, guys, keep in mind this is a jank metal setup currently on Ray. Do you want to play a what if though? You still have the Piper plate on, right? Yeah. Let's play a what if.
Is this all to see if Ray is who Xandel wants to bring up as a feuder? Is this the experiment?
Yeah. I
restarted my game, by the way. There is no DDP.
What? Man,
no, I restarted.
Who lied to me?
I restarted. It did not happen.
Who lied to me?
It did not happen. Your own hopes and dreams have led you astray.
Oh man. That might be.
It is not Showboat Foley either.
1 second. Gotta kick out my other girlfriend before you get home. She had a busy day at work today, so I knew she was going to be late. And I mess around with her whenever she's late. Let me know when you're going to be home so I can kick out my other girlfriend. And her response is usually have her do the dishes before she leaves.
Right? Contribute, please.
Yeah, or like make dinner so when I get home I can eat something. It would be nice to know for sure. Honestly,
we want to know. We want to know as you do.
At the beginning of the month, I think all of us asked if there is any chance we could know, like it would be fun to hype them up and like make a big deal out of it and like, you know, do extra content. But you know, it is what it is. Only one thought it was fire. They
knew not to tell us.
Right, because we tell everyone and be like, maybe you should talent this person up. Just saying.
But by not telling us, they had to listen to a month of us politicking for who we thought it should be. So maybe they will just tell us next time.
Again, why Furpo has a horrible job. He has to listen to us.
No doubt. Bend his ear with our bright ideas.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones. Like, hey, maybe we should give out 200 shards of Bray just for an anniversary celebration.
Specifically.
That never got said.
Let's celebrate the anniversary with the exact number of shards that I need to get Bray. Just surprise everyone. It would be terrific.
Here you go, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think we've all I don't know how many times I said, please let it be Showboat Mankind. Please. Like, please. Yeah, this is all to see, like, hypothetically, you know, if he got him. Because then you can tricolor it with the gear. So you can do this, or you can do the cross breaks. I'll try a couple different things.
So we haven't seen a powerhouse yet. I mean, right? So like that would be my guess. right? Or I mean, we haven't seen a tech either, but
Mm-hmm.
it just feels like Powerhouse would
So
be a great remake.
so we're probably getting another Trickster or Acro or Striker.
Yes, yeah, definitely Trickster, 100%.
Because
Female
that
focus.
exactly. It's definitely gonna be a Trickster because no one has any spare Trickster tokens like I think in the entire game.
Yeah, it'll be a female focused Trickster, and they'll only release male straps for it.
That sounds right. Yeah. Actually, that checks out. 100%.
Just a guess. Just a
That
guess.
checks
I don't know
out.
why I would say that, you know? Oh,
This would let him run tricolor, and I would
it
imagine
says diamond on the calendar. Let's see what that is.
There's no way it's DDP.
I'm going to the calendar right now. I'm going to verify. That's what a good journalist does. Follows up on leads. Calendar. Birthday blowout tour. Birthday showdown competition. It does say February 27th.
Is that today?
It's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Pacific. Mherex, I think we have breaking news.
What?
This has been added to the calendar. It says February 27th at 7 p.m. Scopely tends to post all their times in Pacific. And so it says Retro Rewind Surprise Birthday Bash 7th Diamond 7-7, number 7 of 7. And it ends February 28th
at 7 p.m. It's happening tonight.
It's tonight. This is it.
Is Furpo trolling us with the diamond in the calendar though?
I don't know. It just says 7th diamond. I don't know what that means.
So,
but
okay,
look, I'm posting it in fact.
Let's speculate.
This is the exact reading.
Let's speculate wildly. Here's
and my faction. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's speculate wildly. So, what if they save the best rework for last? What if
we're gonna save the best for last?
What if they make Tech DDP, who has a stun, really good, and they save the best for last?
Dang.
Okay, Vanessa? Who's Vanessa? Did he just call you Vanessa?
So yeah, no, that's who sang that song originally. Like, we're gonna save the best for last. Yeah, it was Mike Tyson's wife at one point.
Really?
If I remember. Yeah, in the 80s. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Sapper, that is a really cool emo. It's kind of distracting me though. Look at that. Why don't I have good emotes like that? It's like all DX and it changes and it does stuff.
Yeah, Vanessa Williams.
Why do I suck at streaming? Ooh, these
song came out in 1992. 1992. Yeah.
Okay. Multiply jumps are kind of little.
She was a Miss America pageant contestant.
Ooh, yeah, that hits plenty hard, Xandel. So hypothetically, you could I don't know how much faster that is though than what you're doing, and there's other ways you could run it.
Oh, she was married to NBA player Rick Fox.
I've heard of Rick Fox. He played.
He was a male model.
Was he?
Yeah, he played with Kobe era. Yeah.
Well, so I want to pick a fight. Not with you guys, but I want you guys to fight. Who's better? Shaq or Kobe? Automod got you, HD? I guess I could have looked in my faction chat. My faction leader is very good at looking at the code. Let me see if he posted anything.
I think it's Pacific. Yeah. Somebody asked, is it Pacific time?
I didn't say who was the best. I asked who was better between Shaq and Kobe. Jordan's the best, hands down.
Yeah, so I don't think there was a more powerful post player in my lifetime than Shaq.
Nah, he's like, you know what? Shaq is one of one for what he does, right? Or did.
Right. Right. Yeah, so I agree with that. Like, most dominant player at his position was probably Shaq.
Yeah.
But was Kobe better? They have like the 5 tools. Yeah, right. Better than Shaq.
Yeah, if they're gonna play one-on-one, Kobe's winning. Right? They play one-on-one, Kobe wins. Nah,
Spud Webb. Spud Webb.
Spud Webb may be the greatest player ever by height. Like per inch.
Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, they changed rules. I feel like, and this may be wrong, like, because I'm not a basketball, like, I like basketball, right? But, like, I feel like I get why people say Wilt because of the scoring and stuff. I feel like, though, Wilt plays Shaq, Wilt has no chance, just saying, like, different era. But
yeah, Wilt ate a shoulder, you know? Like, Shaq was built like a defensive end at 7 foot.
Yeah, I think, like, Larry Bird has to be the best player with the least athleticism, if that makes sense. I don't understand how he scored.
And the highest shorts.
Yeah, well, John Stockton had pretty high shorts, too. Just saying.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, now, I feel like now, just for the record, you did, HD. I feel like, so, like, Bird and the Celtics and Pistons from that era, different kind of basketball, right? You couldn't, like, I watch basketball now and I haven't watched much for, like, years. It shocks me. They, like, let people take, like, 30 steps now. I'm like, did he just take, like, he didn't dribble from the 3-point line to the board. If Shaq had Kobe's work ethic, then Shaq did not work. Kobe, I'm not a Kobe fan, but Kobe definitely worked. No question.
So here's a piece of information too, right? Is like, when we're talking about the best ever, like, Jordan played in the hand check era.
Yeah.
Where a guy could push you across the court and it not be a foul.
Yeah.
Right? So he got mugged every time he went in.
Yeah.
And no foul.
You breathe on a shooter now when you get fouled. Plus, like, can you imagine them letting Jordan not have to dribble? I mean, I bet you, I saw something, it was interesting. It was a Shaq and Iverson interview. And Shaq is like, in today's era, how many points do you think you score? And Iverson's like, I think in this era, you got to give me like 8 to 10. 8 to 10 points a game more. And Shaq's like, yeah, I think that's fair. Because, like, what would you, like, you know, like, and I think that's actually true. And on top of that, how many times was Jordan, like, all defensive team? Not just talking scoring. Like, in a defensive, much more defensive era, like, he was all NBA defensive team, like, how many times? It was a lot. Bill Russell, super good, for sure, no question.
And Jordan could hand check you across the court. Like, yes. He was so strong. Solid muscle.
Yeah, Jordan would score as many as he wanted, for sure. 50 to 60 points a game if he wanted to, yeah.
It would be like the All-Star game where they're not even playing defense.
I hate the argument, bro. Jordan is tiny. Physicality is not comparable. So, I actually think Kobe's better than LeBron, too. And I do not like Kobe at all. But I don't know. LeBron doesn't do it for me personally.
I think LeBron has all the tools, and he could have played in the Jordan era and been really physical and really good.
I agree. I do agree. He's insanely athletic. Right? But I feel like I blame all of this NBA nonsense that they took away the onion crank thing at Costco. Remember when you could load up your hot dog chopped with onions? Sad days.
Yeah. I fill out the customer feedback form to bring back the onions every time I visit Costco.
Actually, I don't really watch. So I'd say Kevin Garnett was the last NBA player I probably followed like actively, because he was still very old school in that I'm going to talk trash, I'm not going to be your friend, I'm going to play defense, you know what I mean, whether you like KG or not. He was that last kind, I think maybe the last old school kind of guy. Him and Duncan, I think KG played a little longer than Duncan, right? Those two were like kind of the end of an era. I feel like they just played more like old school, even in like the more modern times. And I feel like now when I watch a game, I'm like, they're like just carrying like nonstop, if they're even dribbling, and I just shocked at how far they can go without dribbling. It's just weird. I mean, the skill level's very high. You got a ton of great shooters and stuff, so I get it, but at the same time, like, as someone who watched more back in the day, it's just really hard to watch. Especially considering when I was a kid, it was Bird and Johnson, and then it was Jordan, you know, and then you had, like, you know, Dumars, Rodman, all those guys, Kevin McHale, and then it was, like, Karl Malone, John Stockton, pick and roll, like, classic stuff, and then you had shooters like Reggie Miller and stuff, who were so good without the ball, you know, just, like, right into Shaq. It's just crazy. Yeah, how much good basketball there was. Tim Duncan, I was not a Duncan fan because I was a KG fan, obviously, but Duncan was crazy good. I wonder, do you know who was super good shooter and way ahead of his time? Pistol Pete Maravich. I think Pistol Pete, if he had played in any other era than when he played, is a whole different story. Like, he was a crazy good shooter. When do we get Rodman and Malone in the game? I'm saying. Wow! Rusty, did you see Iron Sheik's question? He did die playing, yeah, Ducky Schultz. Pistol Pete was amazing. I have not heard that, Sheik. That would also not surprise me. Oh, thanks, Bob.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've absolutely heard that. And I think it's actually very credible.
Jordan definitely likes to gamble. That, like, is his... So, maybe? I could see the NBA keeping that quiet. I don't know.
I think David Stern made him go away. I think David Stern made him go away till he cleaned it up. And that's why he had that horrible baseball career.
This fact? I've never looked into it. It would not surprise me. But yeah, KG is probably my all-time favorite basketball player because I'm from Minnesota. So went to playoff games when him and Steph were in the playoffs and stuff. Love KG. I love the way he played basketball. Super unselfish. In a modern era when most people weren't. If KG was more selfish, I think he would have had even better numbers. That explains so much. Iverson could play, for sure. He could play offense, for sure. AI. Practice? We're out here talking about practice? Yeah, I don't really like that, but, you know. Iverson was pretty cool, though. Good player. I don't know. Yeah, are we gonna try anything else with this? I kind of we got side. I started a fight, but not a fight, really. Sheik, that wouldn't surprise me, just like Rusty said. Totally wouldn't surprise me. And like, if you're gonna watch stuff on basketball, I can watch videos about Larry Bird for hours. Like, the other players talking about Bird, it is really fascinating. From his trash talking to how he could shoot to, like, he has no business being as good as he is for his athletic ability. Like, they don't understand how he really beat them a lot of times, but he would. Favorite Mankind match? I'm gonna go Hell in the Cell just because, like, awe, shock and awe. Right? Like, and the thing I like about Mankind, aside from how funny he was, like his vignettes with Vince in particular, when you know Vince was his dad and stuff were great. But Hell in the Cell, just it's wild to see. I'd probably say Hell in the Cell, just because. Others, yeah, him and Funk is always really good. Well, yeah, they were, but like that's so like I would say though like previous to Hell in the Cell, I don't really know how I have trouble remembering that far back. Full disclosure. What's that, Sheik? Previously to that match though, Tama Tonga, HD. We can. I don't know who that is though. I don't know if I knew who Mick Foley was. I have trouble remembering that far back. Like, so I don't know timeline for when Foley became my favorite. I think a lot of it though was like I just really enjoyed all his stupid Sacco stuff when like Vince was in the hospital and the clown and stuff like that. Boiler Room Brawl was awesome. Yes, really good. And just all of the stupid stuff he do to get pops, like he just really, for some reason, like I respected the beating he could take, but I also really liked how funny he was. So it was like the combo of both things, because he could be so funny in his promos and stuff. Huge New Japan star. You should go straight to the bloodline. Okay, is he related to the Tonga name is familiar to me? Is he related to any of them? Yeah, Bedpan. Yeah, yeah. So I love the night Foley beat The Rock for the belt. Yeah. But yes, Gumsy, to your point, like Funk and Foley's kind of like some of the best hardcore stuff, right? Haku is his uncle. Gotcha, HD. I should watch that one. I definitely have never seen that one, Sheik. Let me paste that somewhere, and I'll go watch that one of these days. Copy, paste. I'm gonna send that to myself on Messenger. It should probably be about done streaming soon too, but it's fun to just hang out and talk BS. Okay. There. Yeah, Rusty, who's your guy?
Like my favorite?
Yeah.
Um, and I probably, man, it's so hard. Like of all time, probably Shawn Michaels. Like probably HBK.
My number 2, by the way, is HBK. Go ahead.
Yeah, he just I feel like he's representative of my lifetime as a wrestling fan. And I remember different milestones of his coincide with different milestones that happened in my life. You know, like freshman year of college, WrestleMania 14, DX. I mean, it just all was like, it almost feels like he's like the coming of age wrestler that he grew up as a kid, kind of in the Hulkamania era, right? But then it's like he's the first one I think I chose and followed and loved. I remember watching Janetti get kicked through the window live on a Saturday morning. You know, it was just like the most shocking thing I'd ever seen on TV.
Saturday morning, I would at Grandpa's house. We watched wrestling. So Rockers, growing up as a kid, I wanted to be as cool as Rocker Shawn Michaels. Like, yeah, that I. So like he's as a kid, he was easily my favorite. I didn't care about Hogan, none of that. Rocker Shawn was my guy. I wanted to be that cool. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So somebody just asked, who's your favorite athlete to watch? Mine was Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's a great shout. So I can go a few ways with this. And I remember, so specifically, and this is a weird one, maybe. Deion Sanders. And here's why. I remember a game when Dan Marino was in his prime against and I think Deion was on the Cowboys then, maybe the 49ers. I don't even remember, but I know he was playing Dan Marino. So Dan Marino in his prime throws Deion's way once in the first half. Deion picks it off. The rest of the game, literally the rest of the game, he didn't throw Deion's way. Best quarterback throwing the ball at the time in the NFL throws Deion's way once, gets picked off, and then never looks that way again. Doesn't throw another ball that way all night. And then if you take, like, why they call him primetime, you watch Monday Night Football with Deion Sanders on primetime, he was going to score. He was going to return a punt. He was going to do... It felt like, literally, Deion in football, not tackle. He couldn't tackle great, but it felt like he could almost do whatever he wanted. So he's one. I would say pretty much Lux, yeah. Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was like watching a video game. Yep, fair. That's fair about Deion. Fair. My idols didn't necessarily always like Chris Spielman, linebacker for the Lions, played a whole season with a torn pectoral muscle, tore his pec off of his completely off, played all season, one arm, still led the team in tackles. Ronnie Lott, when he got his finger, and so he could play in the playoffs, had him cut his finger off. These are the kind of guys I really liked. Ronnie Lott could hit so hard. I didn't watch them at the time they were playing, but watching tape, Walter Payton is probably my favorite running back to ever watch run, though. Because he ran was so smooth and then would hit you so hard. So probably Walter Payton, my all-time favorite running back, but I didn't watch him when he was playing, just post, because I was too young. Flat out loved watching Ray Lewis play linebacker. My goodness. Talk about a game changer on the field. How about moments? As a Minnesota fan, World Series, Kirby Puckett catching the ball. I got to stay up late, watch that. The catch against the glass, walk-off home run. Jack Morris, John Smoltz, pitch scoreless. Morris comes out in the ninth, pitches another scoreless inning in the World Series. Bobby Cox takes Smoltz off. Twins win it 1-0. Yep, exactly, Lux. Some of the Joe Frazier fights, just really fun to watch. Also really like a lot of Tyson Fury fights too, actually. But yeah, that kind of stuff. How about you, Rusty?
Man, you named so many greats. As a kid, I was really into Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
He was my guy, man. I think they even designed Zombie Cody after Nolan Ryan with the long duster jacket. As I got older, I got into the San Francisco Giants. We lived in California for 10 years, so I loved like those pitchers, Lincecum and Matt Cain, and I don't know, the Giants 3 World Series in 5 years I was there for that ride, and it was like nothing else. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see that again, but Nolan Ryan versus Robin Ventura. He tried to charge him out, and he was the last player, I think, to ever charge him out on the cattle rancher, Nolan Ryan.
You have to be... Who charges no... I mean, seriously. You got to be out of your mind. One, even if you actually manage to hurt him, you're gonna have to come up to the plate again at some point against him, and you know he ain't, he's not gonna let that slide. So one, even if you win, you're losing the next time, and two, very unlikely that you win, and three, how is it to be remembered that, like, how old was Nolan at that point? In his 40s, just literally sidestepped, headlocked you, and abused you. It's so good.
Yeah, the old man streak. Yeah. He was done. Ventura was done before he even left the batter's box. I don't know what he was thinking.
So good. I love Nolan Ryan. I got excited when you said that.
Yeah, he was my guy. I mean, for years, and I used to collect Nolan Ryan baseball cards.
Yeah, Peak Tyson was fantastic too, Gumsy. It's kind of crazy. Like, so I boxed for a while. I watch a lot of boxers, and I think in my brain, like, I wouldn't mind getting in the ring with them. Like, I'm pretty sure I could take it. But when you watch Prime Tyson hit somebody, I don't know.
Yeah, no way.
I don't know if there's anyone ever that could take a Tyson punch like one that he landed. I think he knocks anyone out, right? Is there anyone he doesn't destroy in his prime hitting that hard?
Yeah.
Like
Like
if he,
Peter McNeely thought he could take a punch, and it was over. One punch.
Tyson, I feel like Prime Tyson is just kind of different. Oh, have you seen some of his videos now? He actually, in a lot of ways, looks better now than when he did, like, for a while in his, like, ear-biting era and stuff, like, after he... Doesn't Francis hit harder, though? Maybe? I don't know. Like, I feel like... So, when you box, some hands are hard or heavy, like, really heavy. It's hard to explain. Some people, it feels different when they hit you, even if it's not necessarily harder. I don't know if that makes sense. But like some people's hands just feel different. And it's not necessarily because they're hitting harder. And body shots, for me, weren't a big deal, but they're the funnest punch to throw. Like hitting somebody with a good body shot, and you can tell it hurts. Like, that's probably the best feeling in boxing, when you hit somebody so hard, like that they drop their mouthpiece out, or like you can just tell. I don't know. It's hard to say, but like with boxing, I feel like it's hard to say, and it's just like Tyson knocked out so many people so viciously. Yeah, Foreman definitely had heavy hands, like for sure. Foreman's super fun to watch too. It's kind of crazy he won when he did. Oh, Xandel, just to wrap up. Did we do okay? Did we miss anything? Anything else you wanted to say? You can also always DM me on Discord, you know that. But yeah, Rusty, I'm getting ready to go too. I need to go. Thank you so much for being on, Rusty. Really appreciate it.
It was great. Thanks for having me on, Mherex, and thanks for... This was a fun time, all the chat, everyone that stayed with us. And I love these roster breakdowns.
Yeah, it's really fun. I just like hanging out and having fun. That's the big thing. So, is the nightmare finally ending? You didn't have to stay for the nightmare, HD. Yes. You didn't have to stay. It must not have been that bad if you stayed. Have code? Yes. The code? Let's see. It's up, up, down, down, left, right. Come on. Left, right. A, B, select, start. Bonus points if you know what the code is for. I see a few people know what the code is for. Contra code. Tons of lives. 30 men. Yeah. Also known as the Konami code. Ah, there you go, Telvin. Indeed. Boy, who didn't put that in playing Contra? And what was the other one that code worked on a couple games? Konami had some really good games. Oh my gosh, K-Pin. Oof. So I built 2 straps for him because feud, obviously we have to use move damage, right? But dude, like there's some, and I've said this before, some cards, posters are like really premium, and you can tell because they're like low charge, you know, weird stuff like that. I mean, like, and they're not always better necessarily. So like Bray isn't necessarily better than like a decked out zombie Sammy with a moment, right? He's not necessarily better than Bam Bam with a moment. So, but he's as good as anybody, and he's Bray, and he's so fun. Like, to blow up the board multiple times, to blow up the board, not give up your turn, to not be able to be subbed, to also have a move damage set you can run when you feel like it. I built 2 straps for him with 2 different plate setups. First time I've ever done that, because I just want to swap a strap out when I want to play him a different way, or like for feud this time. I've never built 2 straps for 1 superstar. So yeah, really, really fun. And then it's Bray, right? Like, and I've said this before, right? Like, I think for me, Bray, when he came back the last time, his promos felt like super vulnerable. Like, I felt like there's a lot of truth behind the promos, you know, and stuff. And I just felt like a really kind of connected to him, for lack of a better term, you know what I mean? And like, it's really cool to have a card that is good that you can use and also do that. So it's just like, and the Muscle Man thing was great. It was super fun. Like, the Firefly Funhouse, I enjoyed all that crap. So like, literally, I can look at him on my roster and I just kind of smile. You know what I mean? Like, and not very many cards have the chance to do that. And then he's fun. So yeah, I really, really like it, and probably care more about it than I should, but it's Bray, you know, so it's pretty dang cool. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it's dorky. I don't know, but that's how I feel. So yeah. But yes, very, very happy. Super fun. Super fun. And that's why I play video games anyway, right? To have fun. So Champions is super fun. And I actually, like I've said this before, I definitely love Champs. I've never played a game this long. I've had my ups and downs with it. I don't always like it. I don't, right? Like, just like I don't, you know, sometimes you love somebody, but you don't like him very much at the time. Champs has also given me a lot. Never thought I'd stream, do this kind of stuff. Way out of my comfort zone. I've learned a lot about myself and other things through that. And I've just had a lot of fun. Like, one of the coolest things, too, is literally we talk to people from all over the world. And I think that's super cool, too. Like, the community is vast. Like, ton of European people, you know, a lot of people from India, literally all over the world. So that's super neat, too. A lot of different WWE fans from different places. And, I mean, who doesn't want to, you know, play Candy Crush Wrestling with their favorite superstar? So you get like in general with communities, like, there's good and there's bad, right? Like, some stuff can be toxic, some stuff not so much, and it's sometimes hard to figure that out. Like, haven't always been the best ambassador for the community. Yeah, if Mrs. Mherex wasn't gonna come home, I probably would HD. So, but yeah. At your age, is still a game play. I love video games. I'm 43, and video games are like, so yeah, one of the best things on the planet. But I play all kinds of different stuff all the time. But this one, never played a game as long as I played this one. So yeah. But I do need to go though, for sure. You're for 52, right on. Because I streamed an hour and a half longer than I was supposed to. Yeah, games are super relaxing. 2.5 longer. No, yeah, hour and a half longer than I was supposed to. Old school forever. Hey, Bill's Mafia. Bye, Bill's Mafia. Just getting ready to leave. Yeah, we don't normally stream this long on the Champs channel, so. Thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. Next up is going to be Hitman. And then definitely want to start getting some smaller rosters, too. Because a lot of people have mentioned that. And definitely get some free-to-plays, too. Would like to do that. HD is going to be coming either on my channel or on here. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys keep enjoying it. We keep doing it on Tuesdays. I'm really liking it. So thanks for hanging out, having fun. It makes it very, very enjoyable for me. I appreciate it. It doesn't matter if you have plates or not. Can you rephrase that? What did I say wrong, HD? I'll either do the roster review with him on my channel or this channel. We haven't decided yet. Because I'm also gonna, not roster review, talk about rosters. Whatever. Okay, HD. I see what you did there. Phrasing. Alright. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. It's fun to hang out and have a good time, so I appreciate you all. I imagine I'll stream on my channel tomorrow unless I'm not feeling good or something. And Thursday, we got to do a bunch of feud prep work, so we'll talk about feud on Thursday. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Oh, tomorrow will be DJ, I think. And Thursday, I think Goldie's doing the blog. And Friday, Champions Chat, guys. Follow them all. Hang out with them, have fun, support them. Yeet. Peace.